We live, motherfuckers. We live.
Where's the light on this thing?
It's fine. He actually told me.
He changed the microphone.
Oh, good.
Changed the microphone. He changed all of them, actually.
How am I looking? Am I looking bummy?
No, look calm still. Looking pen, cuz.
Does this work or not? Let me know.
That works.
That's calm. Looking like one invisible man.
Trust me. Alright, let's go.
We here, we live, we back.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, good month, good year. Yo, what's happening, guys? Wrestling podcast. Good mania, yeah, exactly. Would it be a good mania? Yeah.
If Kofi wins, yeah. Yeah, man.
Before we start, I want to go back in time and talk about the last when we spoke in the other episode when we spoke about people that should be in the Hall of Fame. Cool. I've done my research, right? And I thought to myself, there's one guy that's actually missing, bro. There is one guy that's actually missing, bro. Sid Vicious. Psycho Sid should be in there.
That's a shout.
And I'll tell you why. You're gonna be doing all this.
Do you disagree?
I'll tell you why. I said Psycho Sid.
I never there for his run.
It's not because of his WCW run. Forget that. I'm talking about his WWE run. He was a powerhouse fan.
No, his WWE run was good.
Sick.
He wasn't great at promos though.
Was he?
I feel like no. I'll tell you what. His promos in WWE were better. Because I'll tell you why. He had this thing about him where he took like. It was like he was actually psycho. He actually used to come on that whole psycho vibe.
Half the man promo that he did in WCW.
Yeah, half the yeah. See, I feel like WCW ruined him. But his WWE run was sick. He was going against people like Hulk Hogan, Undertaker.
He had like a sick powerbomb.
Yeah, his powerbomb hurt.
I think his powerbomb was better than Kevin Nash's.
Yeah, much
way better.
Much better. But yeah, I'm done. That's what I want to say. So.
No, yeah, I do agree with that.
Yeah, bro. I was thinking about. I was like, wait. There is one guy that's missing, fam, and he's sick.
But realistically, there's a lot of people that could.
Bam Bigelow should have been on there. Bam
Bigelow. Is he not in the Hall of Fame?
Is he not in the Hall of Fame?
No,
I don't think.
I
don't think he is.
I think you're talking about Vader. Vader was probably on there. Vader got Hall of Fame.
He should have went in before he died, man. That's fucked up.
Oh, he went in after he died. Sorry, guys, I'm just gonna get some. He went in after he died.
No, he's not in yet. I don't think he's in.
No, he's not in.
Yeah, he's.
No, he's not in.
Bigelow's not in the Hall of Fame.
No. All he has is a Slammy Award.
What the fuck's that gonna be?
For best head.
Who?
Bro, it says it here.
No, wait. Man, we need to finish that sentence first.
What is it?
He said best.
Bam Bigelow has a Slammy Award for best head.
I wasn't even my best head, as in like...
As in his head shit. I don't know. That's what it says here.
Wait,
he won it in 1987 with Gene Oakland.
What? This Slammy thing, is it still happening?
Nah, not really.
I remember last one done was CM Punk and he brought the mannequin on stage. Remember that?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything as of recently, but yeah, man, best head.
That's weird, fam. Who's experiencing that? I'll say that. Go on.
The views shared are shared by Nafi alone. I'm virgin. Pure virgin.
I'm sorry, guys. I just had to like throw that in there.
How's you guys' week been anyways?
Quite busy, very busy. Got a lot of events happening. Obviously, you know about that. And just today, I thought, let me just take time out today, not do any work, but just watch classic wrestling stuff. So I've been watching. To Versi and I've been watching Raw from 1996 to 2002 to now. So basically what I've been doing, I've been clicking on every episode, but you know on WWE Network you can like skip matches by clicking on start of the match and end of the match. You've seen that?
Oh yeah. So
I've been clicking on that and seeing what's happening after. Through that journey, that's when the Sid Vicious thing popped in my head. I was like, wait, why is this guy not in the thing? Yeah. And I also looked at the Ahmed Johnson's run as well. Pretty impressed by that, and just bare people and just trying to see how arenas changed and how they brought that in. So, for example, the first arena changed. The first arena was WWE was very like Raw was very happy. They said it was War as well, but was very happy.
Yeah,
then after,
when they first started,
it was like a happy giddy,
Don't the clown,
don't the clown,
1, 2, 3 kids,
and all that sort of stuff. Like you know what I mean, and Rikishi having bare gimmicks and that. Like, as you get on. It's funny, fam. So and I just saw the whole progress of it, and I'm just really proud of how far Vince McMahon has taken the brand and like to another level, innit? So Guys, watch it. Trust me, it sounds like it's nothing in it, but
Sounds long,
actually watch it, and you'll see the development of how like Raw has like where Raw is now and how it was before, and it's proper nice to see.
And the proper change of like the eras as well,
Yeah.
going from like the happy-go-lucky golden era
Yeah.
to
Attitude.
the change to the attitude
Attitude.
era. Like it's proper sick.
Proper
Like,
sick,
it's
man.
proper sick to see.
Yeah, we were saying it before, innit? Like I wanted to watch the
Yeah, that's why I done it because of you, bro.
Can't hear you,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
You might want to speak louder. I'm No, change it.
No, watching I'll be saying I want to watch the like start of like Jake the Snake's run, innit?
This
How
guy.
you eating from?
Yeah,
You
I
wanna
want to
start
see the
Jake the
start,
Snake,
but I
yeah?
also want to see the start of Stone Cold's run as well, like from even all the way back to Ringmaster days.
Oh yeah, with Ted DiBiase.
Mm.
That transition is proper like not baffling, but it's baffling, but then it's proper sick at the same time. Because what I realized is that that year that he won the King of the Ring, he wasn't booked to win. Triple H was booked to win.
I swear.
Oh yeah, but it was curtain call,
Triple H,
innit?
because of the curtain call,
Oh,
they delayed it. So the year after, that's when Triple H won it.
Yeah, that's if guys don't know about the curtain call, then you're kind of young, but that's from when
X-Pac. No, not
not
X-Pac.
X-Pac.
The
Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash and
Click.
Scott Hall were leaving,
Yeah.
and Shawn Michaels was the champ, and basically they had a tag match against each other. But then afterwards they hugged and it broke kayfabe.
Yeah.
Because Shawn was the champ, and them two were leaving. The heat fell on Triple H,
Yeah.
so he was getting buried
So-
for the year. That's why he's so sour.
So it's proper mad to think that, okay, cool. Imagine if Triple H wasn't getting punished and he won the King of the Ring that year.
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold probably wouldn't have been able to transition the way he did.
It had to
So,
happen that way.
Yeah, so it's just nuts the way that timing plays out and, you
Yeah.
know, how it works for the better of certain wrestlers and whatnot.
Quick question to Delba, yeah. When did you start watching New Japan?
When I start watching it,
Mm.
I started watching it. I started watching it maybe like between when they had a partnership with TNA. I wasn't really too into it too tough, but I was very interested in the fact that, okay, cool. There'll be certain times where, let me think of someone. Shinsuke Nakamura. So when Shinsuke Nakamura was first IWGP champion, he'd come down to TNA, but he'd fight people like Elite Skipper. He wouldn't face like credible people within the actual TNA thing. So I was kind of interested from there. So let's say maybe like
08 or 07, dude.
yeah, but I was like in and out of it because I was
okay.
more interested. Like TNA was probably my favorite at that time, but because of TNA, that's when I was watching New Japan. But I'll say I was proper like as I am now. Let's say 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, so a
Because
few
I
years
want
later.
to go. Because even when I was saying I want to watch Raw from like the start of Jake Snake, I want to watch New Japan from like
I wanted to do that as well, but I didn't,
like
I didn't
2010
know.
or
Yeah.
something.
So I've
just
been
to see
watching
the
because
build from it.
even with that, so like you say, you were going back looking at different people's careers. I started watching stuff like, okay, cool, Okada's career, Shinsuke Nakamura's career, Finn Balor's career, who else? Jushin Thunder Liger, Kijimoto.
Oh, Thunder Lag will be sick.
His career.
He'll be sick.
Because the thing is, what it's weird, not that it's weird. For me, I'm always interested in like the wrestlers' costumes. Costume
Yeah. Oh
changes.
yeah. Bro.
So people like
love
Jushin Thunder
attires.
Liger, where they've had like the red and white, they've had the black and gold, they've had the all white. So I'm interested to know like, okay, cool. I'm interested in their career, but also what's actually allowed. Like, what was the thought process of them getting into certain like clothing that they wear? So with when Jushin Thunder Liger was wearing all black, at that point he was heel. So I wanted to kind of see the transition of him going from a face.
If they wrestle different as well.
Yeah. So yeah, but New Japan's sick.
That's a shot.
Yeah,
Proper, proper sick.
Yeah, that's what I want to follow.
Sick.
And even like NXT as well, going way back. But like, I just don't have enough time.
But I think with NXT, the reason I'm not too fussed about it because I've more or less kind of seen it from the beginning.
Yeah, the game.
I feel
the
like
game show NXT.
Yeah, I was seeing
Yeah.
NXT from
So I
when
feel
they
like
first
I've been
switched it
watching.
up.
Yes, I feel like
Yeah.
I've been watching it. So it's kind of like there's nothing for me to really go back and
It's
see.
more so the storylines of like, because I know the major ones, I know
Yeah.
what goes into takeover and everything, but there's a few like some storylines that happen just on the show itself for like 2-3 weeks. Like even there was way back when Ruby Riott was beefing. Oh shit, was it? She was in like a kind of a triple threat series,
Yeah.
and even Dakota Kai, her
Yeah.
little feud with Shayna Baszler, that was on NXT TV
Yeah.
only. That was sick. So
I'll tell you what, it's hard to watch. Go back in time and watch ECW. I tried to do this. I watched the first episode of ECW.
Pay-per-views are easy to watch.
Pay-per-views,
Weekly shows aren't.
Pay-per-views are sick to watch. I can't lie. I watched I think I watched the November. Was it December to
November, December.
Yeah, I think I watched that, and that was sick. But I watched the actual like house shows from the first one they shot, and I was like, I can't do this, man.
No, bro, you're not gonna lie. I'm gonna lie. This is where WWE's fucked me up. Yeah. When you're used to the presentation of WWE, it spoils you so much.
Yes, that's it.
Hard
That's it. It's
and
clean.
It's so
the quality,
clean.
yeah,
Like the shots and everything. Yeah. Because even I tried to watch ECW TV for a minute, and even the old pay-per-views, I think it was like Heat Wave or something, like 98 or something.
Yeah.
And I knew the match was sick, but I couldn't get over like the camera just being like that, and like I just it fucks me up because I want to break away from that.
The quality turns good.
Even things like
the quality turns good
indie
after
stuff,
like
By like 2000,
that's quality is sick. Yeah,
quality is sick.
They had a
I want to
TV
break
station.
out of that because you know if you just go by the quality, you're missing some sick matches that's happening.
Like ECW have had some gems. I think one of my favorite matches was probably Super Crazy versus Tajiri. Their first ever match when Tajiri first came to the United States. That match there, absolutely amazing. Like they proper got a standing ovation. This is before Tajiri got into the whole like poison mist. Like before he got into that character. Like this is when this is when he first came from the Scourge. Yeah. So Tajiri, he's definitely deserves roses because he's an amazing wrestler. And I don't feel like WWE. As much as he had decent matches in WWE, I don't feel like WWE allowed him to get to the point of
WWE made him fun. Yeah,
matches.
They made him fun, like fun guy. Like
within the cruiserweight division, he had one or two like he had a good rivalry with Rey Mysterio.
Oh yeah, when he had the kind of I don't remember his names. He had these like henchmen with him.
Yeah, Akio
and some next guy.
Yeah,
that was sick. That was sick. But that was the first time I saw like.
So he had good like rivalries against like Rey Mysterio, Billy Kidman. Jamie Noble, so he's had some decent rivalries, but in
Jamie Noble one was sick.
Yeah, but in ECW, the rivalries he's had there unmatched. He had a sick one with Mikey Whipwreck, and they ended up becoming a tag team, and their tag team together was quite sick as well. So yeah, man.
Big up Mikey Whipwreck, man. Trained a lot of guys. Guys, we forgot to do our intro, man. Look we'll pop it into. I think there's best I'll talk about today. I'm excited. I'm very excited, fam. I can't lie, fam. So, go on. Oh, by the way, also we have my boy. Egrees at the back.
Egrees.
Who's that guy chilling in the background from? That's a janitor. That's a caretaker, bro. He's like, he's about to kick us out from. But yeah, go on.
Hailing from Essex. When I say guap, you say daddy. Guap. Guap.
Daddy.
I'm gonna change up my intro a little bit today because I'm not gonna. I'm not adding that because my mum will now start listening to this. Fam, I forgot my intro. When I say guap, you say daddy. Guap.
Daddy.
Guap. It's the strong star rating. WWE creative writing hating.
The porn star masturbating.
I'm not doing this no more. I keep telling this guy that my mum will listen to this podcast. And if she keeps hearing porn, I lie.
That's the same BT Hub, isn't it? BT Hub.
I lie. He's moving mad, isn't it? So my mum like, listen, Derek, I'm watching porn. Porn what? It's the strong star rating, leg drop hating, big back rubbing, Chris Jericho loving son of a gun. It's Del Boy. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. Oh, I was adding to this thing.
Yeah. Stunning. I hate Lloyd, man. He ruins everything. He ruins everything.
I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to be a good guy, but now I just got to play the hill. I'm trying not to break kayfabe as well. Even in public, I'm still gonna say it. I'm not breaking kayfabe. Hailing from East London. Everyone in East. I'm repping all parts of East. I'm repping London, to be honest. Everyone stand up. If you're watching this, literally stand up from your desk. Anafi. Big up everyone, man. God, I want to hear that roast IGs. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He was ready for it. I remember last episode. Look at this guy. You see, he jumped up. Man jumped up, you know. Hey, look. What does that is? Hey, why did Mysterio do that?
I don't even know, fam.
Man jumped up like...
It's necessary, bro. You hear the tune. Yes. Repping the best part of South London, on one of those side G's.
Man's got the backing track, you know. What do you do, bro?
Lucha V, baby. He actually spat. Nice fade out.
Jeez, man, got Sorry, guys. Bobby wondering, why is there bare snacks around? Why is there better drinks around? We're not endorsed. We're trying to get endorsed, but we're hungry. We've all come from different parts of London. Some of us came from work. Some of us came from gym. Some of us came from, our home. There was no food at home, so we just bought food on the way here. So guys, just appreciate us while we eat, whilst we talk. Cool.
Alright, cool. Let's quickly get into this game now, yeah. So,
game.
The game is one's got to go. So if you've seen it on Twitter, people bring up an option of things, and you have to choose one that's got to go.
Okay.
So this one is one's never existed. This is what the game is called, innit? So I'm gonna go easy on you lot for this first one, yeah. It would have been good if Sam was here, but if you're late, you're late. So round one is called gimmick match. So the options are hardcore match, elimination chamber, Money in the Bank, TLC. One's got to never exist.
Sorry, hardcore.
Money in the Bank.
Hardcore, Money in the Bank, elimination chamber,
Can I say the reason why?
TLC. Yeah, I'm not saying anything. So you guys have to give me reason.
Come on, jump in.
Have to give me reason.
You know, I said Money in the Bank, yeah. But I feel like Money in the Bank is good, yeah. But after a while, it holds no. You understand? It's like the cash-ins are not exciting anymore.
But no. But I can't say. You know why I say that? No.
I agree with you on that because the last two people to win didn't even cash in. So
however,
I'm tired now.
However, though, for the rest, when I was at WrestleMania 31, bro,
Of course you're gonna say
telling you, the possibilities, like when Seth cashed in, you didn't expect it. It was mad, bro.
Yeah.
I wish my battery died at the time, but bro, it was madness. But I get what you're saying. Some of the cash-ins are getting played out, but when you get a good cash-in, like things like Dolph Ziggler cashing in on Del Rio.
That was sick.
Yeah, that was sick.
Even Edge's first one on John Cena. Things like that. It's cool, but they're getting a bit played out.
So
I'll get with the hardcore.
Where you going?
I'll get with the hardcore.
Hardcore.
I'm sorry, man.
Sorry.
No, this is what I say. In this day and age, yeah, what's the difference between hardcore, no DQ, street fight, and no holds barred match? They're all the same.
Hardcore's in the ring.
The name is the difference. That's the only difference, really. The only difference is the name. Cool. Video games.
Oh, come on.
No Mercy, Shut Your Mouth, Here Comes the Pain, or the first SmackDown vs. Raw.
Man. Here comes the pain, lives forever, bro.
Okay, you're not gonna.
One's got to never exist.
So say that again.
I'm gonna be
No Mercy.
Yeah.
That was on N64. Shut Your Mouth, PlayStation. Here Comes the Pain, PlayStation. SmackDown vs. Raw, PlayStation.
SmackDown vs. Raw.
No.
SmackDown vs. Raw. No, you know what? Yeah, I don't care what no one says to me. No Mercy, because I didn't have an intention.
That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say this, yeah. No, listen.
I say,
I've never.
yes!
Look. I've never played No Mercy.
Woo!
I don't know how No Mercy is. I've seen that it's good, but I can't go back and
Get a PC laptop. Download the emulator. I promise you it's the best
You
game.
can't pick his answers, bro. Man
No, I can't pick it, but I'm not picking, but I'm just saying.
No Mercy. It's never existed for me anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Straight.
That's it. Then.
Let's make it a bit harder.
Oh, come on.
WrestleMania matches.
Wow.
Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 25.
Okay.
Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, WrestleMania 13. The Rock versus Hulk Hogan, WrestleMania 18. TLC 2, WrestleMania 17. One to never exist.
I'm sorry, TLC 2, man.
Huh?
I'm sorry. Those other three matches, bro. The Rock versus Hogan was a spectacle.
That should have been a main event. That should have been
the main event. Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. One of the best matches.
It was sick,
should have been the main event, and the same person involved.
It was good, yeah. It was good, yeah.
Dickhead for that.
But then again, I'll be there with you. Bret Hart versus Stone Cold was sick.
Oh, but no, that match
But
was.
Yes. Can you connect to me on this one, yeah? I think it was sick, yeah. But can you watch that again and again? There's matches you can't watch again and again.
I can watch that match again.
I can't bang it out, but I can watch it again and again.
Undertaker Shawn Michaels, I can't watch it again and again. It's too long-winded, and it's like, I don't know. You stop. I've got goosebumps, fam.
No. I get what you're saying. TLC 2 you can bang out because it's
again
a crazy
and again,
match.
yeah.
But I like matches with reason. You know what I'm saying? Like TLC 2 was sick, and even I don't know, man. I don't know. Like
I'm just gonna say Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. I didn't need that.
I didn't need.
Do you know that's a mad art? To never exist.
No.
Keep it. Don't let me sway you.
Yo, say it again,
but me personally, I couldn't pick.
No, but
because
you know
arguably, these four matches are four of some of the best matches
Yeah,
ever happened at WrestleMania.
One match I enjoy watching, matches I enjoy watching, was a Stone Cold versus Bret Hart match.
Yeah,
Hulk Hogan versus. So it's one of my best matches, but one match I least enjoy watching is the Shawn Michaels and Undertaker match. I'm gonna stick by my guns and say that.
That's calm. calm.
And you're definitely TLC too.
I can't. Bro. I
When
don't know
Blacks
how you're doing
comes, we'll ask him.
that. I don't know how you're doing that, bro. That's
It's because, like, I truly, really, really like that match. But in terms of like staying power that I can like watch, like with pacing and everything, it's a good car crash crazy match. But the other three, like, it has everything. It has the drama. It has athleticism. It has near falls. I like that shit, man. That's how I like matches.
Make it a bit easier again for you lot. Divas. Trish Stratus, Victoria, Mickey James, and Jazz. One to
Fam, all of them other than Jazz.
Oh.
I never rated Trish. I'm sorry.
I can't answer this one.
I didn't.
You can't.
I
They're
didn't.
all my favourite.
Name them again.
Trish Stratus, Victoria, Mickey James, and Jazz.
They're my favorite.
Okay, you know what? Yeah.
They're my favorite. I can't answer this one. Can I pass?
Mickey James can go.
Can I pass? Can I pass? I'm not gonna answer this one
No, you have to answer it, man.
Why do you want to answer it?
because they're my favorite.
For real.
Nah.
I got goosebumps.
Okay, what's the order you put them in?
If you don't, if he doesn't say Jazz first,
Before you go, is it wrong for me to say that arguably, for me, Trish Stratus is the worst?
no, you're right.
Okay, that's fair.
You know what? People only rated it because everyone was man were horny them days. And you gotta be real.
Man, them are watching wrestling
no,
their
watch
cock
it.
in there.
That's
Watching
what
their
I'm
cock in there.
Yes, fam. Do a salt shake.
Man, are watching wrestling with their cock in their hand.
Let me real, yeah.
Big
Man,
man
minus the
thing.
whole cock part, yeah. I feel like she's had some good matches.
Man said
And
best head.
I feel like she's
Slam
had
your
some
wood.
Fam, see, my mum's watching this. Why are you not talking about this for? What's wrong with you?
Oh, you started it.
I didn't start it.
Pornhub masturbating.
Okay, you know what? Actually, to be fair, yeah. As long as I didn't rate Trish did have good matches. I think the reason people like Trish is because when she started in 2000 up until 2006, she did get better. That's why people thought, she was so
Yeah, the latter part of her career was
she
way
did get
better
better.
than the beginning.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
But her matches Victoria with Jazz, with Mickey James at
that
WrestleMania
rivalry with
2,
Mickey James was sick.
that was sick.
And even when she came between Chris Jericho and Christian at WrestleMania 20, great story.
Victoria, she's so underrated. She's
she's
so
sick.
underrated.
She's sexy as well.
She is. Mickey James.
I used to love her theme songs as well. All the things she said,
said,
running through my head.
That
Banger.
was the thing, yeah.
Banger.
But Mickey James, like, I don't know. As much as I didn't rate Trish, yeah, at least I can say something about Trish.
Mickey James was...
Even when she went TNA, she just didn't. Fam, I was annoyed when she came TNA because I remember she won. Don't know how I remember this year. It was lockdown 2011. She won against I saw it was against Victoria.
Probably.
Or Madison Rain or something. Some 1 minute match. I'm like, why? She just didn't do shit for me.
I like Mickey James. I feel like
I like Mickey James.
she tells a story when her she used to tell a story through her matches, isn't it? The whole
give me a match.
cycle.
Give me a match.
The one that okay.
Other than WrestleMania 22.
Okay.
What story?
I'm thinking. I don't know. I need to go back in the relics. But one thing that stuck with me is the whole. Like, I remember when she I think she busted her nose. She's bleeding, yeah, and she beat Trish Stratus up, yeah, and she lips her. That was sick. That alone just like, oh, this lady's crazy.
This sounds like short shaker things.
Come on, man. I'm not talking about.
Her rivalry with Melina was quite good.
I don't remember that.
What?
My relics.
It was good.
Melina. Do not just take all them off.
Melina was good. Melina was alright as well. No, Melina got better.
Melina was good.
Melina was good. Melina was good.
What match? Tell me, what match was good?
Her movesets are good. Fuck her matches. Her movesets are sick. In WWE, she was cold. Like in the game, she was cold. Finishers. Atomic leg drop. Stars Clash.
Oh, hey.
Walls of Jericho or Tombstone.
Tombstone can go.
I'll tell you why.
It can go.
I'll tell you why, yeah. If I give you a Tombstone, yeah, if I give you a Tombstone right now, yeah, what are you gonna feel more? What's gonna hurt more? Tombstone or leg drop?
Fuck off. No, fuck off.
Atomic leg drop.
Fuck off, man.
Hey, bro.
No, I like how you rate. It was hard for the leg drop, though.
What hurts more? What hurt more? Yeah, a Tombstone, yeah, or Undertaker, yeah, or leg drop. Do you remember them? Leg drop. You go consult, so you put your foot on someone's throat.
Exactly. Was it not Owen Hart that nearly killed Stone Cold because of a sit-down tombstone? No, it was it's a tombstone, not a power drive. It was a tombstone sit-down. No, yeah, but still, same difference. No, but there's about listen. No, but listen. No, okay. Forget the Undertaker. There's people like Matt Riddle or Chris Hero. If they'll give you a tombstone, they'll break your neck.
No, we're talking about Undertaker's tombstone.
We're just talking about tombstone in general.
No, we're talking about tombstone in general. You said power driver.
I'm talking about tombstone in general.
No, you mean power driver.
Tombstone is a power driver. What are we talking about?
No, I'm talking about Undertaker's version.
But is Undertaker the only person to do it? He wasn't the first person to create it. Has Undertaker got 2 heads? I don't understand.
No, but what I'm saying is this, yeah?
Was he the first person to do it?
Wait, no, let's be honest here. When he said tombstone, what's the first thing that came to your mind? Just say it.
Tombstone power driver.
But who's
Undertaker.
Thank you. So it's the way he said it.
Okay, regardless.
Regardless,
those people do tombstone. But listen, leg drop is shit. Leg drop is out. I don't care. Leg drop is out. I'm not laughing about, but leg drop is out. I'm saying it now. That's no longer an option.
Leg drop from Yokozuna, you're dead. That's it, fam.
Leg drop from Dross.
Okay. No.
No, but I'm sure you done a leg drop. I'm sure it was cold.
Why do we just gotta fucking do this shit, bro?
Boy, sorry, man. I'll bleep that out.
Hey, listen.
Let me hear it back. You rather take it? You rather take?
No, let's go.
Let me have my own one. One has to go, yeah. Leg drop from Nia Jax. Leg drop from Hogan. Leg drop from Yokozuna.
I want leg drop from Mandy Rose. That's the one I want. I'm saying that with cocky.
You're crazy.
No, I'll try shit. No, go on.
Leg drop from Nia Jax. Leg drop from Hogan. Leg drop from Yokozuna. Or leg drop from... Leg drop from Spike Dudley.
From top rope.
That's the top rope.
Listen.
Wait, Nia Jax from the top rope.
Yeah, all of them from top rope.
Let me say something right now. Yeah.
But Spike Dudley gets to do a 360 one.
You don't think this is a joke. When we start doing white collar wrestling, yeah, and man start receiving the leg drop from them, yeah. Don't complain, don't say, oh, it hurts. Oh, shit, listen. I'm coming out top rope, I'm going to land on your throat. Don't say it doesn't hurt. We'll see which one hurts. Do style slash, I'll wake back up. Do leg drop, you'll go, oh, I can't get out. Fam,
hey, what's this guy right?
I'm telling you right now, fam. I'm telling you right now, don't underestimate this leg drop. Let's progress.
So can we answer the question? This one, what one has to go? No, forget the Spike Dudley one. Just those 3.
I mean, bears.
What one would you rather take?
What would I take?
Nia Jax. If I get this 3. Nia Jax, Yokozuna, or Hogan. What leg drop would you take? And it's all from the top rope.
The thing is, if I say Hogan, he will be happy.
I wouldn't. I'll say cool.
Because he's riding for Hogan.
I'm not riding for Hogan. Look, listen, I'll be dead. I'm riding for his legacy in WWE. I'm not riding for Hogan. What that whole racing stuff? Let me put that out there.
But in the legacy, the racing stuff is there.
Let me put this out. Let me put this out there before anyone gets onto me, because I've been receiving some comments in it. Let me put this out there. Racing stuff, the racist stuff that Hulk Hogan did, I did not agree with that. I feel like, obviously, when he deserved to be cancelled. Cool. I'm seeing about his legacy, all the stuff he's done before that. You understand? It's sick. But the whole racing stuff, I do not agree with that. So therefore, the leg drop wins. That's it. I've got a plate for you guys.
I'll probably take it from Nia Jax. But from the top rope?
Yeah. I know she botches. So you know she's knocking out your nose and your eye socket.
She'll be there like this.
She'll from a land like that.
I'll probably take it from Nia Jax. Because God willing, she'll miss. So...
but then that means elbows going...
I'll roll that the way, man. I'll definitely roll that way. So last one, factions. NWO, but the original.
Okay.
Evolution, DX, or the Shield.
DX.
Swear.
Yeah, I'll say DX.
What's that?
The last one is faction. So NWO, the original 3.
Yeah.
DX.
Yep.
Evolution, or the Shield.
Okay, cool. You newbies are gonna say to me, "Oh, why are you picking the Shield? And why are you picking the Shield? You know they got Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and listen. I'm gonna pick the Shield. I'll tell you why I pick the Shield.
I'll tell you right now.
I'll tell you I pick the Shield. The three you've mentioned here are one of the most influential.
Yeah, but
I feel the most.
doing match quality.
Listen,
You know,
I feel the most
legacy,
influential
man.
stables in WWE or wrestling history. How many fake NWOs have you seen? How many people wanted to dress in nice cars and dress flashy when they saw an evolution?
That's from
What's the
Horseman.
third one
That's
again?
from the
What's the other-
Horseman.
what's the
It's
other-
not from NWO.
NWO, DX, The Shield, and Evolution.
How many kids want to say "suck it" in the playground during playtime? Come on,
I'll give you that.
forget the Shield, man. Who comes? Come on,
Hey,
man.
whoa.
No one's really. I'm not really hearing Sierra.
Yeah, Sierra Echo. Hey, come on, man. We don't play that. We don't play that. We don't play that unit. We don't play around. You better pick it up.
Who'd you pick?
Pick the Shield. You know what's right.
Fam, DX, man. Fuck DX, bro.
How can you pick DX?
Fuck DX, man.
I'm
With
bad.
my
Why
chest.
But why though? You see him, yeah.
Because what do they do for
He's the
me?
reason why DX has taken so long to induct China. He's the reason.
Don't blame me.
He's the
how
reason.
dare you?
People
How
like
dare this
you
guy
are the
talk?
reason.
How dare he
People
talk?
like you are the reason why China hasn't been
Listen,
inducted to the
listen.
Full of Fame.
DX. I just didn't care for it.
I don't understand how you pick DX.
I just didn't care for it. When I look at all four their matches and legacy, I'm telling you, know what,
So you're telling me DX when they had that do you guys remember the corporate Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
And
Now, bear in mind, I wasn't
and
watching the time.
Ken Shamrock was in after Triple H was in as well. After Stone Cold came in after. To tell me that whole segment, that whole beef between the whole corporation was sick.
Bro, no, man, it must be real. You know what it is? It's because Triple H, man. Triple H is just jarring me recently, man.
Do you know
I know he's an evolution, yeah, but I can at least say
Did you
Orton. I liked Orton. And
did you not watch the Triple H documentary?
what, that can come?
Yeah.
Fake Jesus Don, fam.
Oh come on, man. I mean, as in like the whole the
I watched it.
you,
I watched
so you
it.
don't respect the craft. You don't respect the hustle. You don't.
I just
respect
think he's a slimy Don, man.
the,
Can we be real? Can we
was,
be
it
real?
Was, it was destined from when
Can
he
we
started
be
dating
real?
Stephanie, innit?
Come on, going all the way back to fucking the whole. Come.
What the Bret Hart thing?
Not even Bret Hart, bro. Talking about remember the storyline? It was Test and Stephanie.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was-
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
serious.
And then man just drugs her, and then Test doesn't get a match.
But bear in mind, that's
Test doesn't get a match.
Vince McMahon's doing.
Fam, Test doesn't get a match. Test just drops. What happened to Test?
That's Vince
What
McMahon.
happened to Booker T? We have to go into it.
And the Booker T thing now is.
What happened to people like Carlito and whoever faced Triple H? What you lost, you was done. Fam, Jericho barely ever beat Triple H.
And he was a better wrestler than him as well.
Yeah, he is. Guys, I'll say it on my chest.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you don't think Chris Jericho's better than Triple H? Hulk Hogan's not even better than Triple H. So let's not start this.
I
Don't give a damn. We're sending shots everywhere. Big 4-4, no safety
I didn't
pussy.
even speak. What I'm trying to say is this, yeah.
No, but is he no wait? Is Chris Jericho
Wait,
not better?
Let me see.
Go on.
So
Athletically,
I thought for me, yeah, they're both sick. You know me. With
I'll
Chris
tell you
Jericho,
this:
yeah.
Triple H has never had a 5-star match, according to Dave Meltzer.
Who's Dave Meltzer?
He,
You don't know what
Remind me of him.
he
Is that
he
the guy in
runs,
is that the guy in the documentary?
Yeah, he
The
runs,
guy that's gonna cruise with
wrestling.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah,
yeah, he
a
runs the
journalist, like royalty.
Wrestling Observer
Cool.
News,
Cool.
and he like grades all the matches. And Triple H, I don't think Triple H
So
has
he's
had
never
a
had a
5-star
5-star?
match. Not from
Triple
my
H
Okay,
has had
guys,
good
I know
matches,
this
yeah,
Meltzer guy.
he's the
Don't
guy.
worry, I have to say the names, you're throwing me these names. After my brain,
Yeah, after
I swear, bro.
I don't remember if it was an interview. I can't remember who said it, but someone said that. I think it was Jim Cornette or someone. He said Triple H is the guy that works with the guy. He's never been the guy.
He's never been the guy.
No, because he forces himself upon stuff. He's had he's had sick matches. I can name off the top of my head. You know, the Iron Man match was sick with
Him and
The
Rock. Yeah.
His match, even recently, like Don Bryan, and even going way back to like Stone Cold.
I would never say Triple H is a bad wrestler.
Yeah, he's not a bad wrestler.
Yeah.
And
He's
his
a very
his
good
best years was
storyteller.
like 2000. But the guy, like even the current feud right now with Batista, I don't care. The
Thank
feud,
you. Hey, look.
I don't care
Someone
on my
asked us a question
chest.
about
I
that.
don't
Someone asked a
care.
question. I was gonna write a group. I was gonna say, guys.
Give me what I want.
I don't think I care about
Give me
that
what I
whole.
want. Like he's
pointless.
Nobody
forcing
cares.
it.
Nobody cares.
Batista trying to get checked. He's just trying to
His
get checked.
feud with Roman, I didn't care. His feud with Seth, I didn't care. Like I don't care. I don't care.
I think
he just
in order,
forces himself.
in
and
order
shit.
for me to care about Triple H rivalry at this moment in time, I feel like he needs to have a rivalry with someone in NXT.
You know why?
Triple H.
Let me tell you something. The way Triple H is, yeah, I can never trust him
Cup, bro.
because was that
Cup. Yeah, cup.
I can't trust Triple H because he does these certain things where he makes the person he's working with look like a dickhead to the point where even if they win, it's always miraculously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you look back some of his feuds, some promos he's done against people, they makes them look so small that if they lose, then it's like they had no chance. If they win, it's like even going back to the whole Jeff Hardy feud in 08, it was cool in that, but when he finally won, it was like, nice one, kid. Finally did it. The feud with Daniel Bryan, it was like, oh, nice one, kid. He still had to get heated in the match. And thought Booker T already. And even your boy Jericho, like, he wins, they didn't really win. I don't know. When you come up against Triple H, unless you're set yourself, you're just done. Yeah. And the match is like, he always thinks he's doing this like 30-minute epic match, but it's so boring and slow.
That's what I always say.
I don't think you like. I feel like in this day and age, I don't feel like you really benefit from facing Triple H as a face. I feel like if you're more as like a heel, so let's say who would I do a fantasy booking with? Let's say him and Tommaso Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa's just frustrated. Triple H is trying to like, no, listen, I'm the boss, this and that. So if it was more of like Tommaso Ciampa just causing havoc on NXT, whatnot, I want Triple H, then maybe from that standpoint I can kind of sit. But then again, maybe you're right. Triple H would want to be the whole savior and whatnot. So I don't know. It's a double-edged sword in there. I feel like Triple H is a very good storyteller. So either way, I still stand by it. I feel like he would still have a sick feud with someone in NXT. It just depends on how he books it.
Yeah,
because he's very selfish booker.
Exactly. That's what he's selfish.
And he's a barrier. He's John Cena. He's another John Cena.
Bro, go back to the feud with Brock Lesnar. Yeah, if you think about it, Brock Lesnar won the feud, but did it really feel like it? Like he was busting him up, making him bleed. He even made Roman bleed in his feud. Then when Roman wins, because what he does these things where when everyone's watching him, he'll do something. For example, like Triple H beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 29. So that's on the records on WrestleMania. He's beaten Brock Lesnar. If Brock Lesnar won at SummerSlam 2012 and Extreme Rules, but who remembers that? At WrestleMania, big WrestleMania, he's won. So he does these little things to make like when it really counts, he'll have the match that wins. Hey man, father guy, man. Shit, let's move on.
Just in case you try to get someone for NXT to come in.
Trust me. Big up
we like you. Friend of the show. Come on. What's been happening during the week? SmackDown, Raw, NXT.
SmackDown was great. Raw was a bit meh.
What we talk about first? Raw, SmackDown.
Let's talk about SmackDown. I feel like SmackDown was
more
enjoyable.
Man. Talk about SmackDown.
SmackDown.
Whoa. Okay, hold on.
Go on.
What are we talking about first? Kofi?
I want to talk about Kofi. That's the thing that really took me.
We'll just speak about that.
Yeah?
Because, do you know, it's Kofi.
There's one thing that happened that was fucked up though. Asuka losing the championship.
Oh, we talk about that as well. I forgot about that.
That's
how bad it was. I forgot about it. I really forget about it.
But you know what? I'm not surprised because we were saying she ain't been on the show for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And they hadn't even
done.
They were gonna do a fatal 4-way or something, or to decide number one contender. But now that's now up in smoke because she's now lost the title. So then I just don't understand the whole plan of Charlotte being a women's champion now. So what does this now mean for the? Is there going to be? Are they stopping the brand split now? Like,
and there's a question that someone put about Charlotte that I'm ready to answer with my chest.
We'll go through it.
We'll go through that.
Yeah, do you know, I'll save my point for the question.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Kofi.
I'm excited about to be the first African Ghanaian to be precise. WWE champion.
I'm so ready.
That's mad, isn't it?
I'm so ready.
Like, deep it. A Ghana flag on the WWE's belt. I don't know if he's gonna put it there. He'll probably put Jamaica still, but wait, are you Jamaican? Let me tell you something, brother. But yo,
it's been sick, man. Like,
and it was doing it because another thing I'm happy about is the fact that cool. This year we've seen how many gauntlet matches now?
So much.
We've seen quite a few.
So much, bro.
And as much as I loved the Kofi one until he lost, I felt like it was a bit far-fetched that he just breezed through all of them. Whereas with this one, it was a bit more realistic.
Why was it realistic? Why was it realistic?
Why do you say that?
As in, like, it wasn't just...
Yeah, can we talk about it?
No,
let's give up for the reasons. Let's get for the reasons.
Okay, cool.
My brothers!
Yeah, but my thing is, it's not like they just ran through everyone. It was literally like, cool, the Usos, they won one, but I think they won one by count out.
No,
that's the last one.
That was
the last one. Okay, so I'm just saying, general. They won one by count out. Usos forfeited and they won a few. So my thing is, if it was a thing where they won this, they won it, like they just breeze through everyone. For me, it would have been like, we've seen this how many times now? Like, okay, if this was the case, he should have been in WrestleMania time ago. You know what I'm saying? I feel like with this gauntlet, the storytelling was a bit better compared to the others. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy that Kofi breezed through the other ones and then end up losing. It was sad, and I get the storytelling of that. But this past one was more realistic for me.
Yeah.
So
I feel you. I mean, the tag match, I liked it, man, because of how WWE books, yeah. As much as you think you know what's gonna happen, their history of doing dumb shit that makes you shook every time you see these things, innit? So when I was seeing, and like, give up to Vince, yeah, like he's put his all into this. You know, he's kind of.
I got a bone to pick with that guy.
Okay, well, he's stumbling with his words a bit, yeah, but he's. I think we said this on our first podcast. Like, if you're in a screen, like if you're having a promo with Vince, something's gonna happen for you. Like there's some importance to it because he's not there with Mojo Rawley and all these other dons. Like he's
Fuck them niggas. No, I'm playing.
Talking to himself in the mirror, fam. So yeah,
my guy's been talking to himself in the mirror for times. No match, no nothing.
I've lost it. Who's talking to himself in the mirror?
Mojo Rawley. Like,
oh yeah. Yeah. Hey, what's that? Bro, they can't promise him. Mojo, like, what is that about?
he's like. They didn't believe
my
you,
man's
did
going through it, man.
but I believed you.
My man's doing us, you know. Hey, by the way, go watch Us in Cinema, fam. It's flipping sick.
My man's just going through it. Like, my man's just shutting himself in the mirror.
Yeah, I don't understand.
It's alright, we get it.
That's what Jim said. What the fuck was that promo? You know what I said? What the fuck was that promo? Do you know I didn't know it was Mojo Rawley?
Fam,
I didn't know it was him, fam.
Forget that guy.
The thing is, it's not necessarily their fault because WWE just don't know how to book these people. Fam, on SmackDown, fucking, what's his name? Primo Cologne. I haven't seen that guy in your Sonny. And Shelton Benjamin. These are men that are, fam, these are men that are.
Oh, when it came to attack the
this
Miz.
makes no sense.
I remember the scene Eric Young. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
So you can be in segments, but you can't have a match. This company is dumb.
Makes no sense.
I feel like they invest too much on storylines rather than investing.
Fam, I can't even say that. Chest. They put too much in segments. They don't.
Yeah, so they have segments and storylines, so they're not thinking about the other people.
Like, remember when I was saying this? I think it's in the first podcast as well. WWE, they're too busy trying to monopolize and get everyone. It gets to a point where they don't know what to do with everyone.
Fam, they do it just to piss off the Indians.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And then they go, we got your guy. Then we don't do nothing with them.
That's what they done with Ibushi, innit?
Anyways,
no, they didn't sign him.
But wasn't he at 205 Live?
He was like, it was a non-exclusive contract. It wasn't a contract, but it was
It
non-exclusive.
was
per appearances.
Per appearances.
Yeah,
because he's a freelancer. He just goes wherever he wants.
Oh, sick.
But now he's in New Japan.
He's back there.
But yeah, anyways, I like the promo because I don't know if you guys saw it, but there's been some like YouTube exclusive promos that's been happening, which has been building the story a bit more.
I see it. Yeah.
They've been sick.
With the lower camera, the camera that's not.
Yeah. I like shit like that, bro.
Have you seen it? With the Canon, small Canon.
Fam, shit like that, yeah. Even like, there used to be promos like that in Impact.
Oh,
TNA, when the camera on the stairs was shaky. You see them talking to somebody else, like, oh, what are you going to do? Like, I like shit like that. I love shit like that. But anyways, what I liked about the SmackDown was just like the first 15 minutes, just the promo, and even Daniel Bryan just like ad-libbing. And the irony of him saying like B+ player, because that's what he was like 5 years ago, innit? Mm-hmm. So I just like the interactions between like New Day, Vince, and Daniel Bryan. And now we're finally getting the match. The tag match was sick. I just said about the Usos moment was that shit touched me, fam. So I can't say anything else. I just want to see a sick promo because Kofi didn't talk this week. That's the only thing that pissed me off. So I'm hoping next week we get finally like a big promo between Kofi and Daniel Bryan, and he just goes in, and then he gets everyone gas. Simple. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know, as you said, Kofi didn't talk this week. I feel like we don't need to hear Kofi no more. I feel like Kofi's spoken enough. I feel like he's pulled out enough. I feel like he's pulled out enough. For him to come again will be so exhausting. As I said to you, I feel like I'm getting exhausted by this whole thing. What they should have done, I feel like they should have cut out the how many gauntlets has he had? Two.
Yeah.
I thought they should have cut out one of the gauntlets, and had the tag team thing, the tag team gauntlet. Do you understand? And had it as just one match, and have him of the other match. You understand? Instead of having them two gauntlets and having another gauntlet with a tag team thing, which he didn't feature in. I feel like he was just getting exhausted, but. Me myself, I told you, I'm still invested. I'm still enjoying it.
That's what I can say. That
I'm enjoying
still
it.
Invested.
Yeah. So Vince is playing it right.
Becky.
I've lost interest in that.
I don't care. I don't. And remember, I said to you, it's going to be the main event of WrestleMania. I don't care anymore. I don't care.
And I don't like. Nothing.
And it's
As well.
fine.
I didn't like the fact that they're gonna be in the women. Say, I'm not trying to be sexist or anything, but I don't like the fact that the women's main event is the women's match is now the main event rather than Kofi Kingston having the main event. Is that?
But then we kind of had the idea of it being the main event.
We did,
from
but
time
I
to
did.
time.
But I see what you're saying because the steam's gone.
But we didn't. Did we expect Kofi Kingston to get this far? From
No.
the
I
podcast?
do.
I was trying to say.
But
I get
I get why it's the main event because it's the first ever time, and everyone's gonna get gassed about it. But they've overbooked it to shit, bro. Like I don't care about any point of it now. All I want is to see Becky win, and I don't want to hear any more about it. And that's a shame because going all the way back to November, it was just like this Kofi thing. It was authentic. She got bust up in her eye, and then she became this larger than life character. And then when the mans and everything got into it, and her and selling the wrong leg, all that bullshit, it just became too much, bro. The Kofi thing now is basically as hot as the Becky thing was a couple months ago. What do you think? What do you think about the Kofi thing?
You guys more or less relayed the same idea that I have. I'm completely happy about it. I'm still invested in it. Like you can probably tell, I'm not interested in the whole Becky thing whatsoever. I do not care. If she wins, I'll be happy. If she doesn't, I don't even care anymore because they've completely overbooked it. Like a simple, what did they say? Sometimes it's just easy to just recreate history. So if you just followed it the same way, you kind of done the whole Stone Cold thing, kind of made her a rebel, whatnot, completely. But I understand the whole adding of Charlotte, but then they've completely overbooked it. They've taken her out, then put her back in. She's now had to fight for her right to be back in the match.
She's injured.
While still injured.
Why?
And
Why
she's
was
now,
injured?
and you know what I'm saying? You're saying that, okay, cool, she's suspended until she goes to hospital, but then she's still doing house matches.
She's
It
suspended for
makes no
60
sense.
days, then you bring her back. Then if you say sorry,
These
you
are
get back in the
suspended for
match
60 days, she came back
next week.
the next week. Then they're saying, it makes no sense.
It's too much.
I've completely lost interest in it. Like, I'll probably still watch it, but I've completely lost interest.
I'll tell you what's gonna happen here.
I'd rather that match be what's on the pre-show. I don't even like to.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd rather Tony Nese and Buddy Murphy main event.
Kofi Kingston deserves to be the main event. I want to see fireworks when he wins.
Bro, can I just say? I said this in the chat here. But we can talk about it here. What do you guys think about certain man complaining about the racial aspect to this Kofi feud? Man like JR, I love JR to bits, but I'm sorry, you're a waste man for this. He was basically saying race has no place in this storyline, basically.
I get it. No. Listen. From what? It's okay, cool. So Kofi Kingston has now lost to Daniel Bryan in the gauntlet, so he's now taken it. So he can't be. He's not in WrestleMania anymore. He's not in the WrestleMania match. So you've seen that Big E and what's his name? Big E's released a video on Twitter.
Yeah, that was sick though.
You know what I'm saying?
Big E and
from
Xavier.
what I've gauged, from what other people from what people have seen from the video, they're not seeing it as a race thing. Like they've watched the video and they're not seeing it as Biggie talking about people like us. So they don't feel like Biggie's talking people like us black people. He's talking about people that have come from the bottom and
got to the top,
they're not getting it.
Everyone, I saw that when I
listen, but it's the fucking truth, fam.
I feel like with that video, it was kind of like a double thing. Yeah. It was like a double meaning. Like, people like us that have just been played in the mid card, but also naturally for me, because I've just naturally thought, I get it. Us black people. But then there's been other people like, let's say like Booker T, that have commented on the whole situation. What did he say on his thing?
Was that Twitter?
He spoke about him losing at he spoke on his radio.
Oh, he spoke about that.
Listen,
he spoke about on his radio show.
With his chest. I'm not gonna lie.
That's okay. That's the thing.
I love Booker T. Yeah,
he doesn't say with his chest. He wholeheartedly knows. He wholeheartedly knows that he should have won.
But he's going. He goes.
But these times,
it would have been good if I won.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's saying it would have been good if I won. And the thing with
what do you mean it is where it is, fam? You heard the promos you were saying about you dickhead,
and he's saying that the thing with WWE that they don't have a plethora of black people as in terms to
creative.
No, just black people in general. In terms of like, there's not that many black people within WWE as compared to what's it called, their white counterparts.
Fam, big up. Remember Crime Time? Yeah? Remember Shad Gaspar?
I didn't like that gimmick.
He was meant to have a feud with John Cena.
Yeah. But he came up because he's been him and JGD been repping Kofi from the jump. Yeah. but he was even saying like he should be champion. Like, why shouldn't he be champion? Let's be real here. Let's be real. From when man like Jinder Mahal can be a champ,
So I'm not saying that.
and beyond that, bro. Listen, historically, how many times for like 60 years of the WWE Championship? Not one brother. And you would tell me don't bring race into it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Shut up, man.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's not a racial thing. I definitely see that, but I see why these people are saying it's
that,
not.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
I see why they're saying because they're not seeing it as when Big E says us, he's not saying it as us black people. They see it as us people that have been on the mid to lower card. That's the way they're seeing it.
Fam, listen, say it with your chest, bro. Because I know
For me, I see it as a racial thing. Like, listen,
it's a racial thing.
that's it. I personally see it as a racial thing.
It's the truth, fam.
Kofi has to win.
Yeah, he has to win. Yeah.
A part of me feels like he won't win though.
I feel like he's gonna get screwed. Someone's gonna come back
because of heat. But fuck that. Man. Just let him win.
I feel like, look, this is it. Lights are gonna turn off. Bray Wyatt's gonna be there with his new dreadlocks. He's gonna do that whole thing like this. Oh my God, Sister Abigail!
Because you got JoJo pregnant now.
Oh my God, Sister Abigail! You seem like this. After this, you know, yeah. Lights come back on.
What a lucky guy.
Listen,
Lucky guy. I wish I had JoJo.
Fam, he left his wife.
Oh, listen. when life is that sweet. No, I personally wouldn't do that, but JoJo is sweet. I see why he risked it. I see.
I said wrist. Let me wrist.
I see why he risked it.
Wrist.
But nah, listen.
Yeah.
Hopefully Kofi wins. He needs to win.
I was gonna say something quick.
Like, I'm sorry. This may not represent you man's views here, but I'm tired of people getting worried about black people talking about our struggles, fam.
As in, what do you mean? As
in this storyline, because it's brought out all these closet racists and closet. Oh, it's not necessary, man. Like, I've seen bare posts, people just going like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah,
it's a classic underdog story. Yeah, it is, but bro, with the added tone of that, the brother edition.
Yeah, I just see it as they're seeing it from a completely different spectrum.
It's America though.
We of course as black people are gonna see it as a racial thing as well, and clearly it is a racial thing. Yeah. But you see how these white people are, man.
Everyone's sensitive.
They're sensitive because, bro, even with the, and it's not gonna get peaked, but even with the Kenny Omega documentary, don't worry, it's not gonna get peaked.
I'm cool. I'm not that guy. I'm just saying, innit? I'm not that guy.
No, not that. I mean, like, just follow me, basically.
Yeah. You're moving my scale. What's you gonna say, bro?
He's mad paro.
I'm shook, you know.
He's mad paro. After the whole Dross thing last week, he's mad paro.
Yeah, because I was shook, bro.
Hit me. I'm ready. Go, give me a spine buster. Go.
That was funny, though.
Oh, shit.
Sorry. What, man? I don't mean...
Coffee break.
I mean, the edit was funny, man. Shit.
Go. Hit me.
You are the power, man.
No, I'm cool, fam. I'm ready for you, fam.
I can't say.
How would you say Kenny Omega?
Yeah. You see how that girl Rachel was talking, saying that, it's important that people in the LGBTQ community, it's nice for them to be represented in the storyline, in the Golden Lover storyline, which has been sick. It's been cool. Hats off to them. The documentary was sick and the storyline is sick. So there's people out there who want to be represented in the media that they watch. And as much as people can have objections, they still have the right to be like, I want to see a storyline that represents me. So when the brothers want to do it, everyone's like, it's not necessary. I mean, come on. That's my point. Because it's either say it all around. You get what I'm saying now? That's my problem. I'm cool with all this thing because, that storyline, like I said, the storyline is sick. It may not be for me personally, but like I can't relate personally. But in terms of emotion and the story building to a climax, which I enjoyed, the same way these people who are not black are enjoying the storyline. People who are Mexican are enjoying the storyline. People who have been hard done by. The same way with Stone Cold when he was going against McMahon and going against your bosses. People that who was in shit jobs were enjoying that. You get me? But some people who didn't have shit jobs still enjoyed it. The storyline is a storyline. As long as it has a good ending and a good story, people can enjoy it. So when it's us with the brothers, people want to get upset. That's my problem with it.
When Vince McMahon went to go and use the N-word, none of you lot were
you get me.
When Vince McMahon went to go and say nigga, you lot are him. There was no race. But listen, Kofi.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what it is? I feel like the Kofi...
We are the nation. Another nation.
I feel like the Kofi Kingston is very, like, it's a proper good storyline because it's the whole... the whole thing about America being like the underdog in America and just
word.
coming up and just being the richest man, for example, Jay-Z or like who else can I put there? P Diddy, like you're the lowest in your company. Next, you know, bam, you're one of the best. You understand? This is basically what they're doing with the Kofi Kingston thing now. I have no problem with that, but I feel like everyone right now is so sensitive with the whole racism and all that sort of stuff. Because I think Jim Ross is seen as this. I
think it's selectively sensitive.
Yeah, at certain things, yeah, of course. But I feel like Jim Ross is seen as this. That maybe I'm just giving him like the props in it. So he's probably seen as that. Cool. WWE are doing this whole racist storyline, yeah. And he feels that this might fuel more racism in WWE. Do you understand? Feel more racist. Like, it might fuel it. That more racism within the WWE storyline. That more people come to the shows and start saying crazy shit and that. But if you talk about if you go back then and talk about what Ted DiBiase to Virgil.
Fam, let's go back to Frostcott Kamala, fam. Look how racist that.
Kamala, yeah, that.
Bro.
But Virgil was even worse though.
Bro, no.
Man said, pick my money up and clean my shoe.
Come on, bro. Come on, fam.
I'm not gonna lie, I think Kamala's the worst out of all of them.
And it's the thing. See, when it happens to us, they're all like, oh, it's entertainment. But then you want 2 words, fam. The gangsters. Go watch Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
Yeah,
yeah?
with
the
New
promos
Jack.
of New Jack and Mustafa.
Nah,
Fam, these people crack it.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I would never give them to a blind because
What?
New Jack.
No.
He put up on himself. I'll tell you for free.
Yeah, no.
He. I know for a fact he selectively chose to do that.
Of course, like he
1000%.
He was told to like Jim.
I'm sure that he
Jim
chose to
Cornette.
do that. I'm
No,
sure he chose to do
There's
that.
interviews. Jim Cornette was said basically to say some fucked up shit and just get the crowd angry. So of course
You just said to him, "Be yourself." Literally, I know for a fact.
But the point I'm making.
Jim Cornette's probably scared, and New Jack's like, "Nah, it's a knife."
That's an extreme example, but the point I make though, and again, even as us, from all brothers, like we shouldn't have to feel like, oh well, like we're being represented. We should be gassed, fam. And even if I'd be even more gassed if they started, obviously not going like fully into it, making it like you're holding us down, blah blah blah. But if it's the fucking truth, it's the truth, fam.
Do you know what I'm seeing it as?
That's how I'm saying.
Do you know what I'm seeing it as? Totally. I'm seeing it as like this Kofi Kingston story as like, just imagine if it's the World Cup and it's like Ghana versus England in the final and Ghana somehow beat England. That's what I'm seeing it as, because it's like everyone's always rooting for like the top team. So just imagine this.
I feel you.
Daniel Bryan's the top team. Daniel Bryan's like the Barcelona or like the flipping Real Madrid. Kofi Kingston's probably like the English team, like a Liverpool or something that's not meant to go that far. Do you understand? That's how I'm seeing it as.
I just think generally people shouldn't tell people how to
feel,
how to identify with a story.
Because if they're being represented.
Yeah,
exactly.
Even with the whole Kenny Omega Golden Lovers thing, me personally, I never ever saw it as an LGBT
Same.
Kind of storyline. You know
I just thought a good friend, but then I saw the kissing.
No, I saw the kissing, but then
I didn't see the kissing part. So.
I saw them kiss a few times, but then again, it's like a lot of these wrestlers, they're doing their job at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
There's even old videos of Brock Lesnar kissing Kurt
Angle. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I saw that. I remember that.
Yes, that's why for me it was I never ever identified with it as LGBT. But then I can never say to someone within that community, that's not LGBT story. Yeah. So if I now identify something as a race story, you can't now say to me why we bring a race into it. We can because this is I identify with this story automatically. Like I see this story, I understand how Kofi Kingston's feeling. I've been through this, so
you can't tell us to be like,
whoa, you know what I'm saying?
Why are you being racist?
You can't now say, race has no place within this sport.
When you've got history to back it up.
When history now backs up, like it doesn't make sense.
I feel that's the problem with a lot of things right now in society. Like everyone people like to
try to silence someone else.
Try to silence you or say that's not right when you know it's right. For example, if you go to a job, I'm just saying, if you go to a job and like you get mistreated or someone says something bad about you, but the other guy he's not getting you understand? And people are like, oh no, don't say that, man. He does it with everyone. I'm like, no, but you haven't seen it. It does it to me. Exactly. You understand? So it's just that whole.
This whole thing. Don't worry about it, culture. Like, no, you're calm, until it happens to them, and they're like, yo, it's fucked up.
Exactly. By the way, guys, this is Wrestling, so we do talk about wrestling and other things.
Yeah.
So
I do see people not just identifying it as a race. It's more of like just coming from the bottom and make your way up. But then you now can't say, it's wrong that you guys see it as just a race. Like, of course, we go through both struggles of being at the bottom, but then also being black at the bottom.
You have to be real.
But we know that all the black guys in WWE have always been taken for mots. You know, like even look at flipping. let's go back in time. Like I feel like Junkyard Dog. Like what gimmick was that?
He was very over at the time.
What do you mean?
As in, he was very popular at the time.
Yeah,
He was one of the most
I mean,
popular
I'm happy
people,
for him, but it's
You think?
Yeah,
Actually,
on record. On record.
Okay,
he was
let's go.
very
Okay.
At that time when he was there, he was
that's the wrong name.
even
Coco
no,
Beware.
but you can still say it.
no, but even
Beware.
Coco Beware was very
Like,
popular.
these guys
you
were
can still
looked.
say Junkyard Dog.
These
'cause
guys
the
were
match was
looked. These
over.
guys weren't looked. They weren't looked at as champions. They
That's
looked
what
at
I'm
as
saying.
the
They're
guy at the back.
spectacles.
That's
It's
what
like,
I'm
oh
saying.
yeah,
We didn't have that guy
that's
that
it. You gave us a crowd reaction.
Yeah,
but they weren't in the
bro.
main event. They weren't fighting for the championship. They weren't like in the
we
level.
didn't get that. And now that Kofi,
I guess so.
No, no,
But then if we're talking on a grand scale of things, then I definitely agree. But if we're talking like within their territories, there's a reason why they made it to WWE. Because within their territories, so within like Nashville, Tennessee, Coco Beware is one of the biggest wrestlers ever.
cool.
You know what I'm saying? People like Junker, within their territories, these people were, they reached the heights, you know what I'm saying? They've now made it to WWE. Let's be real, it's a white man's game. They like, you're very popular. So it's like now, you're very popular, we're going to sign you.
Yeah.
But if you don't make it to the heights,
we're gonna drop you.
it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? So
But how do you
it's
make-
sad. It's sad.
But it's not right, bro.
But how do you make it to the heights if the person on top is not like allowing you to make it to the heights? For example, you enter a match. Obviously, everyone knows that wrestling, like the end of the match is
Predetermined.
it's predetermined.
Yeah.
So everything before that is cool. You can do whatever, but the end of the match is always predetermined. So how do you go about and say to Vince McMahon, I want to win this. I need to win this match. Do you convince him? I don't know. I need to speak to a WWE superstar. Or how do you not think this works? So say, for example, I've got a title shot for the Intercontinental Championship, but Vince McMahon's booked me to lose, and I want to win because I know that if I win, I get a pay rise or I'm gonna be in the next pay per view. Like, how do I go about doing that if the guy says no? You can't. You get what I mean?
I feel like with certain things, you kind of have to take initiative and kind of make things work in your favor. So as time goes on, so who can I give an example?
So would you say that something like, okay, cool. Me, I'm a face here.
Yeah.
And you've got the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
And me and you have got a match 1 week before SummerSlam, and you beat me. You're Intercontinental. But after the match, I attack you and I become a heel.
Yeah.
Would that now give me the fuel?
If it's something that's not been pre-scripted, if it's not been written, and you do that, then
you can possibly get in trouble.
You'll probably get in trouble for that. But let's say if it's a thing where, when I say initiative, let's say I'm trying to give an example of someone that's done something like sporadically, and then it helps them get over. So I'm trying to think of an example of something.
Only be black people or in general.
No, just in general.
Let's know when he said that the WrestleMania I was at when he said Super City bitch. Like as soon as he said that and I got captured,
so stuff like that where it just naturally catches on.
Okay.
Then when like the higher ups now start to see that it's picking up. So like Rusev, for example.
Yeah, Rusev Day.
Yeah, so the whole Rusev Day thing, they've gone in their own whim to go and make that up, and it's kind of built steam. And as much as it didn't really get them anywhere, it's sad. They fucked that up. They completely fucked that up.
So they did it at spite. Oh my days.
Wait, explain.
Fam, okay, real quick, yeah. Rusev did the Rusev Day thing, yeah, and it was getting popular, like pops, full on pops. People was enjoying it, yeah. And then man just kept losing matches. Even when they had Aiden English, they had like a tag match. They were being chanted for the entirety. Lost the match. Lost pretty much all the big matches of him. He was always getting pinned. And then the rest. I remember last year WrestleMania in the US Championship match, everyone was chanting for him. Then who was it? Jinder Mahal won that one, I think.
Yeah.
And then he just slowly kept going down, just for no reason. Like it wasn't like there was a big storyline to it. Like, he just kept losing. Then by the time he won the US title, people was like,
how do you see what I mean? How'd you get?
But Rusev's case is very weird because he was very over. He
over.
got himself over.
Is Rusev coming champion yet? Is he coming?
I feel like if you get
He's
yourself,
won the US title.
See, he deserves more than
I'm
that.
saying, I feel like if you get yourself over, and they didn't want to get over, out of spite they'll kill it. Case in point.
So Zack Ryder, yeah. He was the first, like naturally, he was probably he was the first person, like first WWE superstar on YouTube that got popular.
Yeah.
He got popular like outside of the ring through YouTube,
and they killed it.
They completely killed it off.
Fam, I told you about what they did to him, fam. He got fucked.
They finished.
They gave him a title. They gave him a title that no could fight for. Wasn't it?
No, even that, bro.
No, he made that up himself, and I think they ended up making.
He got the US. Fam, I love telling the story because
he won. Wait, is that
he won the US Championship against Dolph Ziggler in 2011. Then he becomes friends with John Cena. Then he gets fucked up by fucking Kane. Then he gets thrown off the stage.
Yeah, I remember when you won that WrestleMania, won the Intercontinental title. The next night he lost it to Miz.
For a day. They love fucking with him because they know he's not going anywhere. But they're trying to break his soul, fam.
And now his girlfriend's even in NXT now, Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green, she got injured though.
Yeah, so.
But
it's sad, man. But
you got me.
I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day,
you let me know what's the best way. How do you think wrestling is like? Do we need to get a WWE superstar in, or do you think like you let us know your thoughts? Like, how do you like show that you're ready for the title, for the main title? Like,
I'll say this: New Day is a good example because there's been interviews that I wish I could quote them off the top of my head, but Xavier Woods has said a lot about the New Day. If you remember when they first came out, they looked like some nation domination. But they came out just looking at matches
with the suits,
suits and that. I was thinking, okay. But then even when New Day first came out, it was cold. Nobody cared. But he made a bet with Vince saying, "Oh, I bet in like a couple of weeks I can get Kofi booed," and then Vince was like, "All right, well if you can't, then you know what's gonna happen to you, innit?" So he put it on the line and made like the only thing he could do is the thing. Otherwise, he's fucked.
Yeah.
And through that, the New Day started to build up more. I think things like that, having the guts to go to Vince and be like, "Look, I'm lit. I can do something. Give me a chance." But not even give me a chance, Vince. Be like, if you don't give me a chance, you're playing yourself. Shit like that. Because the whole New Day has erupted like that. And even this whole Kofi thing. Think about it. 2 months ago, we weren't talking about nothing about Kofi,
Nothing from the get-go.
We didn't say nothing.
We just thought, not that they'd be stagnant in the tag team, but they've made their claim in the tag team. They are one of the best tag teams in WWE. So we wouldn't have really spoken about them that much.
Where did Kofi come out in Royal Rumble? Was he in Royal Rumble this year?
Yeah, but he didn't have any. Most of his stuff was lackluster. Like we feel like we've seen it all, but then it's even mad because the women's Royal Rumble was before. A lot of the stuff that happened in the women's Royal Rumble, he more or less emulated.
Yeah, even Naomi's one was better.
Yeah,
she's like a female Kofi. But big up Naomi though. I like Naomi.
Yeah, big up Naomi, fam. Where? Guys, obviously you lot sent us questions. I think it's question time. We got bare questions.
Not talk about Raw, not talk about Raw.
Raw.
I haven't really got nothing to say about.
What I'm gonna say is, what do you guys think about Drew versus Roman?
I'm not invested. I'm sorry, I'm not invested.
I'll probably leave it for one of the questions spoke about WrestleMania. And
are you invested? I'm not invested in Raw. I'm being dead real with you.
I'm not really invested in WrestleMania, to be fair.
Bro, I doesn't feel like WrestleMania. I feel like some any fucking from some any fucking
Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah, Great Balls of Fire. Fucking
that was nonsense. Do you know?
No, but that paper was sick.
I'm excited about Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan, and of course I'm gonna stay up to 4 a.m. and watch it. That's okay. And
bro, it is altogether it's like 8 hours.
So when time is it gonna finish again?
Well, there's like 15 matches, bro.
Fam, it's like 8 hours.
15 matches already.
Yeah,
it's minimum 7 hours this year. So I don't know if it's starting earlier or if
it's gonna start early. You know.
It's just start 11. Start 11. Kickoff.
So we did the matches or no?
Do you know? We'll
save that for the next one.
But you guys have sent questions in.
Big up Drew.
Questions.
Big up Drew.
Also, yeah, big up Kenny Allstar, man. He obviously shouted us out today.
Big up Kenny.
Us up, man. Tried to get him on, but obviously
it will happen.
It will happen. There's no rush.
Many things in the pipeline. Trust.
Where do we start? Cool. So.
I'm going through bad.
Say the acts as well, so we can shout them out.
Yep. Okay, cool. We got plenty.
We got the editing though. I like the editing on the TV.
It
goes black and white. It goes clean.
Firm, safe, bro. Let me find this. Let me find the first one. Sorry, guys. Bear with me.
Hashtag where's Blacks?
We got bears, fam.
Where's Blacks?
Where's Blacks? Cool. We've got 3 questions from this from a guy called King_Rella.
Oh, big up King Rella, man.
Is that your guy?
What's the podcast? He's on a podcast.
Oh, he's on 4-point play. Yeah,
big up 4-point play. One of my favorite basketball podcasts.
Sick.
You need to get King Rella on.
Yeah, we should get him on. He said he asked 3 questions. I'll pick. Okay, go.
We'll just try to breeze through all of them.
Yeah. He said, "Is Kofi Kingston a good decision as WWE champ?"
Yes. Why?
He's a veteran, so I'd say yeah.
He's a vet. Yeah. He's a recognizable name. He's been there for a long, long time. He's had good matches. He's never been in any bullshit. You've never seen him in some DUI fuckery or just getting suspended for nothing.
No sex tapes. Nothing.
No sex.
No, but they ruined him. He should have came.
No, get the stand me for best head.
He should have came as a Ghanaian. He should have came as a Ghanaian wrestler, not the Jamaican wrestler. But
do you think a Ghanaian wrestler would sell though?
Yeah. you know why I would have sold?
Nah, Jan
At
You know
that
why?
time,
You know,
at that
I'll tell you
time.
why. I'll tell you why. Fam, that time. When did he come in?
2006, 2007.
Perfect.
Seven.
Perfect. That was the time here when Ghana kept
2008,
on.
no,
Listen,
it-
that from that.
2008.
Yeah, because 11 years, isn't it?
Oh, okay, shit.
Okay, cool. From 2006.
They pay
yeah,
attention to the story,
from 2006 to 2000, the last 2 World Cups, Ghana have always
You
beat.
compared it
Wait,
to World
wait, let
Cup.
me see.
but
Wait, let me see. Wait.
They're American. They
Let
don't
me
care.
explain. Let me get my
Soccer.
point. Oh, let me land, man.
No, you land, but they're in America. They don't care. No,
Let me
go on.
land. Let me land. Listen, Ghana have always beaten America, so I thought if you come as a Ghanaian or an African wrestler, people be like, oh, raw, let's get at him. You understand?
They beat him in the 2014 World Cup.
No, we lost.
Of course he did, because I was watching it. I had my American football team.
Where did Nigeria come? Where did Nigeria come
I'm
from?
American. I got American
You're
passport.
American?
I got a Nigerian passport.
Let me tell you something, brother. Well, more from
Yeah, Nigeria shit.
What do you guys think of that question, though? What do you think?
I think it's very good.
Yeah, I think he's a
simply because
veteran.
of the fact that we can all relate to him, and it's like
Help yourself, innit?
for
I
us,
got a drink out there.
for us is like for us mainly in this podcast is like this podcast is for the mandem, and
For
you
the
know
mandem, as
like
we said.
Kofi Kingston is one of the mandem, so. If he's winning it, he's winning it for everyone. Even if you're asleep while I was watching WrestleMania, you'll see in the newspaper. What's funny?
Even if you're asleep, I think he's gonna tap like I'm waking you up.
You got what I mean, fam? Well, yeah. What
yeah.
is it? You said your point.
No, he's a veteran. I'm happy with it. He's a good champion.
Is that the same?
He's a positive role model. He
Yeah,
hasn't
exactly.
like done anything
yeah.
bad. You know, he's had very good matches. He's won majority of the titles. It would be good for him to become a Grand Slam champion. So I'm all for it.
Versi, what do you think? Same with you?
Yeah, he said the same thing.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
Next question.
He said King Rella also said, what to do now with Roman? Now he's back. Nothing.
I don't care. I don't.
Nothing. Just let him play it
I
out.
don't care. Let him
Let's
play
see
it
how
out.
it goes.
He
Let's see how it
He
goes.
shouldn't
No,
be
no.
allowed to bypass any storyline.
Emoji.
You have to edit the emoji in
Oh,
yourself.
well, emoji.
He shouldn't be allowed to bypass any storylines that's happening right now just because he's Roman Reigns. I don't care, fam. I don't care. I don't care. He shouldn't even, fam. I'm not gonna lie, yeah. I want Drew to beat him, but I know.
I was happy for when he came back. Let's not lie. Everyone was gassed.
Yeah,
I was gassed.
happy, but I want
But
Drew
now
to
it's
win.
like-
Drew's never had a singles match. He's been there longer than Roman. He should be winning. Let it be a nice feud.
I think we just keep Roman on the mid card for now.
Straight.
Yeah, keep Roman on the mid card.
Cool. Safe King Rella, man. Appreciate it. He's got one more question.
Like,
He said,
I got so much to say
Sorry.
on Roman, but I'm a chill. There'll be
we have a Roman episode. He said, what's the future of AEW? And did Kenny Omega make the right choice?
Yeah, he did.
Kenny Omega definitely made the right
Made the right
choice.
choice.
The future of AEW is going to succeed. I feel like what us as wrestling fans need to stop doing is stop looking at AEW as competition to WWE as opposed to alternative, because this is where this isn't like TNA when back in the day where we looked at them as a rival. They were competition at one point.
But it was alternative.
You know, but yeah, it wasn't alternative. But they were TNA were competing with WWE. They were trying to compete with WWE. I don't feel like AEW are going in that same direction.
Okay.
But what that? Oh, look who
This
it is!
guy! This guy!
Take a secret. We're nearly the edge, you know.
Swear
Go take
Yeah, we're
a
not
seat, bro.
quick.
Take a seat. No, you can ask it,
I'm
fam. What do you think? What do you think, though? Yeah. What's the future of AEW? And did Kenny Omega make the right choice?
Straight in the hot seat.
100% he did. 100% he
Why
did,
do you
because
reckon?
AEW is going to be the future. WWE, you lot have just...
You're
done at it.
20 seconds in and
Vince,
he's
you're
already
done at
just reverse what he said, bro.
Did you watch the documentary?
What, the Good and May one?
Yeah.
I said that.
In the documentary, he said flipping the voiceover. But I don't know if it was voiceover or it was Kenny Omega. He said majority of the fans that came to watch All In are all from WWE, but they're not happy with WWE. That's why they've all come.
Yeah, they want an alternative.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
they want an
So-
alternative.
yeah.
Is it never part of the roster?
Who? Neville.
Yeah, he's part of the roster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. He left WWE as well.
Mr. No Suitcase. So I just want to check in my title, please.
What's the next question?
Alright, cool. Big up King Rella, man. We need to get you on one day. This is from I am Joe. Is it Jukes or Jukes?
Let me say it. Jokes, let me say it.
That's from Show. I think that's
Like me.
Jukes.
Oh, J.O.
J.O.
Big up J.O. Coldest producer ever.
Jeez.
He said, "Is Daniel Dan?"
It doesn't say Daniel Bryan, you know.
It doesn't say.
It doesn't.
Trust me,
It
fam.
actually doesn't.
Is Dean Ambrose really leaving?
Yes. he's
Yeah.
leaving.
Why was he on Raw?
Because his contract getting run out, yeah.
Can't you see he's
Contract
getting
everyone out,
pummeled
yeah.
by everyone? Everyone's beating him up.
Juice
man.
was fucking him up.
From time EC3 beat him up and hasn't wrestled the match since. I knew it's
rough,
it's
it's
long
rough.
for him, man. It's tough, but yeah, he's
But he
leaving.
made the right choice. I don't care.
You know what makes me laugh when Dean Ambrose gets beaten up? The way Renee says,
Oh my god!
"Sorry, I'm an evil guy. Sorry, it's bad."
But you can tell that Dean Ambrose is fed up. Like even the way he sells as well. Like he's fed up. He doesn't care.
You know, you said him from the first episode. That's
Yeah.
scary.
He doesn't care anymore. Like,
the
it's
thing
crazy,
that
man.
just really kind of makes me a bit, is why is WWE announcing that he's leaving in April?
That's my only thing. That's the only thing. Yeah,
It
that was my
wasn't
only
a
thing.
big announcement.
What's
We
the
said
angle?
that.
Yeah.
What's the angle towards it? If
wanted-
Ambrose
they wanted to
moving
stay. They
lazy,
wanted to
what do we
stay.
expect this to happen?
They want him
And
to
then-
stay.
They wanted to
But the
stay.
thing is, they know they're losing a valuable guy, innit? For the Shield, he's been the WWE champion. He's won almost.
He's one of the most popular
He's a
stars.
Grand Slam.
Yeah.
He's Grand Slam champion.
They wanted to stay.
Is
They
he a
wanted
Grand Slam?
Yeah.
Yeah,
US
Has he won Intercontinental?
IC tag.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Grand Slam champion. Wow.
So they're losing a valuable guy, and they're like, they don't want to
100.
burn the bridge, but
100.
they want to be like, hey man, you're welcome to come back for a bit, you know.
So next question from Red S and Arrow. He said, "Can we get a grade for each Shield alumni since the faction split?"
That's a good question.
okay.
Grade them. So should we grade them?
Out of what in
What do you mean, best factions?
No, as in each member of the Shield. How would we grade them?
As in
Oh,
A to B.
okay,
Let's give it A to
okay.
C. So A being the top, B being and C being.
Okay.
I think 1 to 10 would probably be easier
1 to
than
10.
A to C because that's only 3 options.
What do you mean by 1 to 7?
A C's calm.
A to C is
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you?
No, I'll just no.
No, he's already-
I'll just say 1 to 10 like, on a scale of 1 to 10. How would you rate them? But A to B makes
Either way.
Okay. Well.
either way. I just thought it would have been easier because I don't know. For me, C. That means that's automatic
It's a
pass.
list, basically.
That's a pass. That's a pass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's okay.
Like we'd say, rate
1 to 10.
Babatunde A to C. I'm like, no, he's an F.
Minus.
Listen,
star,
let me
man.
tell you
A
something.
star,
Yeah.
Babatunde.
I've been seeing Babatunde in my timeline a lot.
He's been doing a
He's
lot.
coming up. He's coming up.
Stokely Hathaway is his manager now.
He's coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, Stokely Hathaway is his manager now. Yeah.
You know him. He's
Stokely
fucking-
Hathaway is
He's lit.
nah,
He's
he's
lit.
He's coming.
Babatunde's coming, you know.
Babatunde, he's gonna make some million stuff.
We love it. We love it.
Everybody blow your trumpet.
Bro, he's coming. He's coming. He's coming.
No, but
You've been rating him from the start, so you know what I'm saying. Just know,
Babatunde, we're rooting for you. Look, listen. All the stuff that we said is all jokes, fam.
It's banter,
We
man.
actually like you, fam. Honestly,
Of course,
you do well, fam.
yeah.
Nigerian
But
brother.
you're just not ready for the Undertaker. That's all.
But make sure Vince McMahon don't say, oh my God, Babatunde from St. Lucia. Don't want to say that. Babatunde from Nigeria, cuz.
Do a Kofi Kingston. Yeah.
Trust me, fam.
yeah, what would you rate? What you guys want to rate them?
Well, out of 10.
Okay, let's go.
out of
Okay,
10,
no, A to C then. I don't know.
No, you do it out of 10 because I got used to it now.
Okay, 1 to 10. Okay, Roman Reigns. What would you rate them?
6.
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. I can say why.
I don't know, man.
Black looks like he's starting.
You see what I'm saying? It's when I talk.
You know what? I'll probably give him a 7, maybe. Reigns is hard.
Listen,
Yeah, I've grown to like him. I'm not gonna lie
Reigns
to
is
you.
hard. I've always
grown
liked
to
Roman
him.
Reigns.
I've grown
Reigns
to
is a
like him.
goon.
okay.
I think he's
If
dirty.
we're talking wrestling ability, yeah, I'm giving all them a 10. They're all good wrestlers.
No, I don't really like. I'll be honest with you.
Actually, no, I'm
basing
watching
6
it.
out of
don't,
10.
you know what?
I'm
Yeah,
basing 6
don't
out of
kill
10
me. Don't
out
kill
of-
me.
out of-
I don't really like
Wait,
these.
wait,
Okay.
wait. I'll say 6 out of 10.
What was
Based
you
off wrestling
Yeah,
ability,
you know what I'm gonna say.
promos,
Do you remember it? Okay.
I don't really like.
Yeah,
wrestling.
promos is effective.
promos,
Yeah.
memorable matches, memorable moments, and potential. I'll say Roman is a 6, yeah, because he's a goon, as you said. He's done his thing, but other than
The potential's the only reason why I put it as a 7 because he can become the face. He very well can
I
become
think
the face.
I'll push him to a 7 when he
Why
becomes
is the
heel.
face?
When he becomes heel,
Technically, of this generation, yeah, you can say that. Leader of the locker room. Go on. Yeah.
when he becomes heel, I'm
But
gonna say 7.
there was a period where he was a bit of a tweener.
say
Like
7.
we didn't know whether it was a face or he was trying to play a face. He was trying to play a heel. We didn't really know.
Kind of
but-
anti-hero.
Yeah, but I'd probably give him a 6.5. His promos in the beginning of his solo kind of fucked him up,
He did, and his push, bro.
and I feel like he was too force fed onto us.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll give him
Now,
6.5.
you remember when I was going to WrestleMania 31 and we watched Fastlane?
What's the
Force in the
yeah.
fam.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I'll give him a 6.5. Dean Ambrose.
I remember that was my house.
Yeah.
The thing is, yeah,
Dean Ambrose.
I don't really like Dean Ambrose wrestling
I'm not
style
gonna lie
too
to
tough.
you.
You don't like his what?
I don't really
Don't
like
know
his
about
wrestling
Dean,
style
you know.
too much,
Okay.
man. He don't really entertain me. Like, okay, maybe back in the day when he was doing all these hardcore matches and that, but like, bro, you don't really entertain me.
You know,
Like,
it's-
I don't really like you in the ring.
I think I think I've got a thing for psycho wrestlers that
I
are
feel
like crazy and they want to hurt you. And I feel like Dean Ambrose is one of them. For example, when I said for the beginning of the podcast, Psycho Sid, he was out there to hurt you. Mankind was out there to hurt you. So that's why I put Dean Ambrose as a sick wrestler because he wants to hurt you.
So what number are we saying? Because I got
Dean Ambrose, I said
Okay,
8. I'll
for
give you one of them
me-
8s.
You said 8.
For me, I'll give Dean. Okay, I'm gonna split into 2. Dean, when Dean was the leader of the Shield, I'll give him a 7.5. When Dean got portrayed and he went on
Lunatic Fringe.
yeah, I'll give him like a 6.5, 6.
Okay.
I feel like he played it too safe. He wasn't really a lunatic fringe.
Yeah. It was
Um,
wacky, fam.
yeah, he reminded me of like a wacky racer. Like he was just like all over the place. His rebound lariat pisses me off because he's like, yeah.
You know what? For me,
so I'll average him out to like 6. He's there with Roman Reigns.
I'm not allowed to put him as a. Wow.
You gotta say 4.
No.
You got to say 4.
I was gonna say 5, but you know what? I'll give him a 6.
So
Just the fact he became a world champion in it.
You
But
gave
you
him-
know what it is, yeah. I'll tell you why. Yeah. Just Dean Ambrose, I just feel like he's just there.
At the moment, yeah, he's just there.
Yeah, I feel like it got to a point where he was just
feel you on
existing.
that.
He's just there. Do you know what I'm trying to
But
say?
what helps him is he's good at
At the
speaking.
beginning,
He's good
like
at
I said,
speaking.
he's got good promos. He has got good promos. I'll give him that. That's why I'll probably give him a 6. But wrestling ability,
I would say, yeah. Again, I'll split it. From before, like from when I first ever saw him when he came into FCW up until like the first era of the Shield, I'll say I'll give him a 8. Only because
Okay, if we're at the FCW, I'll give him an 8 as well.
FCW.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Back in the
Yeah.
day, back in
Yeah,
the
if
day,
we're adding that, I'll give him an 8.
His
Can't lie,
hardcore days.
FCW, he was killing it. His
Yeah, he was
promos,
really doing sick.
a year-long feud with
William
Regal based off
Yeah,
promos
yeah,
alone,
that
fam.
was mad.
I didn't watch SCW.
So
but I saw the
cold.
Regal match.
His matches, the 15-minute matches with Seth Rollins, and even this guy called Bronson, he had a match with that was sick.
What was his match? He had a sick match. I think with was it Luke Harper?
I don't know.
I think
Was
he
it
had
FCW?
He had a series. He had a
sick-
series
even
with.
in WWE. No, he had a 6 series. Was it Dean Harper? Someone? No, was
But-
it? Yeah, was it Harper? I think it was Harper. Luke Harper. Sorry, Luke Harper. I think so.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
think
Yeah,
so.
he did.
We power bombed him through the ladder. Anyway.
Yeah. I
Oh,
tell.
shit, yeah.
But
It's crazy.
his promos, I've always liked Dean's promos
Yeah, he's
because
always
his promos was when he was motivated, you'll get a sick promo out of him. I still remember one he did on Mark Henry randomly on a SmackDown when he was in the Shield, yeah. But ever since the initial Seth feud, yeah, and then remember when there was the Hell in a Cell and then Bray Wyatt came back
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and all that shit and exploding TV. From then, his heart's not been in it, and the matches he's been putting out have just been, as you said, it's just
Very
there.
lackluster.
Just been there.
Like,
The way he's wrestling-
there's not really been many that's been memorable. It's been more comedic segments.
comedic and just weird. Like, and even when he came heel again on Seth, I was like, okay, look, now we're gonna get the sick Dean again. And then he's talking about he's getting poked in his bum, fam, in hospital, talking about yeah, fam, you guys are
Cleanse the water,
stinky,
yeah.
you guys are stinky, you guys are gonna make me sick. So he gets a 4.
Yeah.
He gets a
What
4
about you?
because of what he's done.
I said I'd give for wrestling ability all of them an 8.
Yeah.
In terms of being likable and stuff, I'll give them all a 6. I'm not really invested in them that much.
Let's quickly do Seth. For me, Seth is a 9. So
9,
sorry,
9,
Seth is a 9.
9.
Seth is clear.
All of them at 8, 8 and
Seth
6,
is
8
so
and 6
clear.
and
I'm so
gonna
sorry.
lie?
Actually,
Seth Rollins
I'll
is
take that
probably
back.
one of the
I'll
best
take that
heels.
back.
Are you
I'll take
mad?
that back.
Are you crazy? No.
I'll take
Man beat
nine
Sting
back.
and John Cena on the same night.
I take back Seth being a 9 because there's certain moves that he does I hate. So
Fam, let's talk
he
about the fucking suplex and
guys,
then the
next
Falcon
question.
thing.
no, that move is cold. That move is
hard, but it
cold.
gets a 2.
What's that?
Are you insane?
It gets a 2 count every time.
Ting ting
No,
ting.
okay, yeah, no, it does get a 2 count,
Let's
but
be
it's
real.
a, but it's a
It gets
sick
2 count.
move.
That should be
Well, what
finishing
move is that?
the
No,
What
he's
move is
jumping
that?
from the top rope with a
Bro.
suplex and you come back up
Bro,
and you do
it's
another
a
thing.
sick move.
What
but
move
it
is that?
never
What
wins
move
the
is that?
match.
Where he does a superplex from the top rope, then he rolls
Then a
up and then does a Falcon.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah,
sick
yeah.
So
move, but
what?
it
When
looks
people
sick.
do big moves in NXT and expect it to end, it won't end, does it?
I mean, in New Japan, he wouldn't pin anyone.
Exactly.
I hear what you're saying, and I actually agree with you. But what I'm trying to say is that there's certain moves there when people have like a secondary finisher.
But I wouldn't even classify that as second.
No, I know he doesn't have one.
I get what you mean by the impact of it.
It's the
Should
impact
be-
when you-
it should
that's-
be a finisher.
No one's like to see something means like TV matches. That should be it.
Yeah.
And then sometimes like even like Kurt Angle slam. It doesn't always win the match, but for a couple of years back, he used to win matches.
Yeah.
But then the ankle lock, people getting out of it. So now when you see that movie, you're thinking, oh shit, that's it.
Did you not talk about Angle?
Oh
and his tour?
yeah, can we talk about Angle?
Have you talked about Angle in this?
Sorry,
tour?
sorry.
Nah,
Redden.
we didn't talk about Angle.
Quickly, yeah. You see what Angle? What happened? Was it SmackDown? Angle fought. Was it?
AJ Styles.
I was pissed. I was waiting for that match.
Did you see the Angle slam that?
Yeah, that was a bit bad.
That was
bad.
wobbly.
That was bad.
wobbly.
I thought Angle needs to stop. I'm sorry, fam.
Who did he do it to? Was it Samoa Joe?
No, he done to Randy
Randy
Orton.
Orton.
That was
Randy
bad,
Orton,
fam, and it
that's
didn't
it,
land
yeah.
properly, fam.
It was wobbly, fam.
Yeah, man. Sorry, Kurt Angle,
But
man.
we
I
didn't
love
say
You
him.
know what? His neck problems, innit? But he was amazing.
Yeah.
Angle in his prime was amazing.
You know what? Yeah, I'm
When?
sorry. Yeah.
When?
Did you guys see when we tweeted Kurt Angle's TNA run?
Yeah,
there's a match
yeah,
against
someone replied back
WWE.
to that. Someone was in discussion with that.
I replied, fam. I said it with my chest, fam. I said it with my chest because WWE his run had more moments. Like no, the
Better character work.
character work. But I think the TNA matches.
TNA, Angle's a savage in
Fam,
TNA.
there's so
Yeah,
many
yeah.
savage matches.
I think the TNA matches were amazing.
They were amazing,
Amazing.
fam. They were
Man was
amazing.
doing flips against
he
the
came out of
piss
his element
off
in
the stage.
TNA.
I
Oh,
felt
thank
insane.
you.
Man's gone
That's
up
why
the
when I
top of
saw
the
that,
cage.
when I saw that video, I was like, wait, let me deep it. Kurt
was
Angle actually had
mad.
some of the sickest matches of his career in TNA.
TNA.
And we're not speaking about
it.
it.
So on the top of the cage, bro, and it's landing perfectly. It's mad. But you know what? Yeah, to be honest with you, I liked his run at TNA. To be honest with you, the main
loved
event
it.
Mafia, all of it, bro.
Loved it.
Thank you.
He actually
I'm
made
so
himself.
happy.
He actually made
I'm so-
himself
Oh,
there.
did you
Don't
give
get
me
it
a
twisted.
trailer?
Don't get it twisted.
No,
WWE
wait,
fought the
what did I
best.
say?
He fought the best.
I saw your
and he
face.
beat the
No, do you know
best.
what it is? I
You
didn't
wanna turn the hill, fam.
I wasn't invested in TNA that time, innit? So I couldn't actually. I
enough.
can't actually give you my bet.
Fam,
man,
I'm
you know.
telling
Oh,
you,
bro,
there
please, you
was
need to
so
watch
many
it, man.
sick
Watch the main
matches
event
in
Mafia
TNA.
era.
I watched the match with
Amazing.
I watched the match with Goose today. The him versus AJ Styles. As when AJ Styles came with some, what was he? He's wearing like the leather jacket.
Oh, that's when you first.
Slammiversary.
when he was Hill.
Yeah, that's the
That's
first
when,
time Hill.
because remember he disappeared at that time.
disappeared
Yeah,
for,
I
like,
remember.
for a couple months and he came back as a Hill.
Yeah, Hill.
And that's
He
he started wearing
Summerverse 2013.
grease hair.
Yeah, he had the long
Yeah.
hair, innit?
He was gonna join Aces and Eights.
Yes, he did. Yeah. I think he did join them.
For a little bit,
For a
did he
little
trade
bit.
them?
Small.
Yeah.
Oh, there was TNA run.
This next
No one
question.
can
is
tell me
gonna
nothing.
TNA had moments.
This next
Moments,
question is gonna spin you.
Yeah,
innit?
that's
I'm
good.
sorry.
Yeah.
But you
We've got bare questions. No, carry on.
Sure. Right,
I have
cool.
to say it on my chest because
Can I get a yes or no for this question, please? Just a yes or no. Yeah. He also asked Red S and Arrow. He also asked, will CM Punk ever return? Yes or no?
no.
No.
What, to WWE?
Or just wrestling in general.
I don't know this guy. I don't know what you mean.
know what?
Okay, to WWE.
Like Vince
to
McMahon.
WWE. Yes. Yes or no?
No.
Can,
It won't be until like 6 years.
Can I have another answer?
But
I'm not- I feel
AEW
like he
and
could have
Indies will come back.
I'm not ruling it out.
That's what I'm saying. Like Vince says, never say never.
Let me say something. Yeah.
From time Jeff Jarrett
Yeah,
could
yeah.
have a relationship with Vince McMahon.
Listen.
That was 20 years.
I'm not ruling
in
anything
10
out.
years.
And Brett.
Like you always get there at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not with.
That's
Even Ultimate Warrior, at one
Yeah,
point
he
they were
would've-
beefing.
yeah.
I'm
Brett
not
as
ruling it
well.
out. Maybe not to wrestle,
Even
but
Bret Hart,
I'm not ruling
even
it
Bret
out.
Hart coming back. Come on, man.
Hart
That's
was
the first
serious.
Yeah, I'm not ruling
Listen.
it out.
10 years time or 8 years time, you're gonna hear.
Hey, can you hear?
It's Clover time.
Hey, you know what's so mad? The Hart Foundation's in Hall of Fame, but not Owen Hart, innit? That's mad.
It's not.
What? Oh no, why?
It's only
It's only.
Oh,
Jim
nine.
Knight,
But apparently it's because of a widow, innit?
yeah, his wife. Yeah.
What do you
That's
mean?
why he hasn't made it to any video game.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
It's the only two people being inducted from Bret Hart Foundation.
Oh, I don't even want
Is,
to say it, but obviously.
Wait, what's going on? What's
Jim
going on?
Neidhart and Bret
I
Hart.
know what he was gonna say.
What's going on?
I know what he was gonna
That's
say.
how I stopped.
What are you gonna say?
You know what it is,
No,
yeah?
no, give him
You know what
props.
it
He
is?
had to be stopped.
You know
He
what
had
it
to
is?
be stopped.
You know what it is, yeah?
Wait. First and foremost, yeah.
No, I was going to
I
say
had to stand
something
up for this
crazy. I
one,
had to stop. I had to
I'm
stop.
getting hot. So wait,
I had to stop
first and foremost,
quickly.
yeah. What was you about to say? Then what was you about to say? But I mean, as you about to tell me something about Jim Neidhart.
If he's
No,
not
I
like-
said the only two people that have been inducted
Why is
are
that?
Jim Neidhart and Bret Hart.
Where's that?
Hart.
One, because I don't know if they what's it called, acknowledge other members of the Hart Foundation. So people like British Bulldog, Owen Hart,
Brian Pillman.
Should be a faction.
Brian Pillman.
Because if they've recognised the
and
whole
also,
you know what I mean? DX.
WWE have a bad relationship with Owen Hart's wife.
Why is that?
Because she
Yeah.
feels they're the reason that he died.
Yeah. I wanted to say that, but I
Yeah.
thought I might
Yeah,
going
she
a bit
she feels as if they're the reason why he died. That's why.
Think about it, he fell
there's
from
no-
the top of the...
So think of it like this.
On
That's
their
why.
watch.
Yeah. That's why there's not been any wrestling figures of him. Yeah. He hasn't been in any wrestling game, and he hasn't been inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Shit.
Even any documentary, I don't think they've allowed.
They can't.
I think they have. They've spoken.
No.
Okay, maybe that's as far as it goes.
There's people that spoken about it.
There's a lot of information that she's like. There's a lot of things that she's withholding that she's not allowing it.
Yeah.
Which is sad because he would be sick in the WWE game.
Yeah,
I've been waiting. I'm tired of downloading calls, man.
Yeah.
I'm tired of downloading calls.
Owen Hart was a sick wrestler, man.
Oh, he was. I'm gonna say something controversial. For me, he's better than Bret Hart.
No.
For me, he's better than Bret Hart. For me, he's better than Bret Hart.
No.
For me, he's better than Bret Hart.
You hear me?
For me, he's better than Bret Hart.
No. I can't agree with that. That's another episode.
For me, he's better than Bret Hart.
Why do you say it?
I just feel like he was more versatile than Bret Hart.
I could say I know what you mean. He had more energy, but I feel like Bret Hart just in the ring.
I feel like with Bret Hart was seasoned at what he could do, whereas Owen Hart, he could more or less do everything. That's what I personally think.
What do you think on Alfie?
I disagree with that. I feel like Bret Hart was he's more. I feel like he's more calculated. He was more calculated. Secondly, I feel like he had more entertaining matches.
But was Owen Hart in terms of Owen Hart had very good entertaining matches, but I don't feel like WWE allowed him to reach. They didn't push him. Okay, that's why he ended up doing what's this character that he done, the blue whatever, the blue blazer. Yeah. He was doing characters like that as opposed to he could have been an amazing WWE champion in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
I was watching at the time, but one thing that always puzzled me, is when the screw job happened, and Bret left and Owen was still there. Why didn't we get a sick feud between Owen Hart and Shawn Michaels?
They didn't want to allow that. It was too personal.
Too controversial.
It was too personal for Vince. Vince got knocked out by it. He got punched in the face.
I think.
You see that video of him walking?
Yeah. Have you ever watched the documentary?
Yeah.
The documentary's sick.
Yeah. But I think that would have been sick. I think that would have been when some stuff is burst off on reality,
Vince would have allowed it.
You get good shit.
You would have seen a sick match, but
Red SNR also asked us another question, but I think we've already summed it up. It's about Velveteen Dream. Is he next up? We've all said yes.
Yeah, we've said that.
So Chris the Capo.
Big up Chris the Capo.
He's always
wait a minute. What is he next? What do you mean is he next? No, he's got potential, but what do you mean is he next?
Closed.
Can we get the ring bell, please?
Because the thing is, Richard was pissing me off now. The fact that, okay, cool, you disputed it. You now went to go watch the video. You went to go watch his match. You were like, yeah, he's cold. He's next. So what are you talking about?
All right, he's next. All right, cool. He's next. All right, he's next.
He's next. That's what it is.
He's next. Okay, no problem. He's next.
Chris the Capo asked, is Charlotte destroying the women's roster?
Yes.
No. Why?
Why? I'll tell you why.
Charlotte's probably the best athlete on the entire roster. How she's destroying the roster?
I don't care, fam.
You're crazy.
Why do you always have to be?
Look at you that mask. You're mad. You're a mad man. This one says Charlotte Flair. Woo! It's not good for the world.
Can you just clock that they're stirring shit?
We haven't even said nothing.
No, we all agreed.
I agreed with his elbow, innit? That's why I shook his
I
hand.
agreed with you.
Yeah.
Charlotte Flair, you insane.
She's hard, fam.
Did you hear the question?
No.
What are you talking about?
She's not per se. She's not per se destroying it. They're booking her to destroy it.
She's not destroying it though.
Are you hearing what we're saying?
She's not destroying it, in my opinion.
How many episodes have you done, fam?
I'm pissed off.
But she's not destroying
I'm pissed
it.
off she beat us.
I'm
pissed off she beat Oscar, but
listen. Give me the question.
No, she's not destroying it. How can he say Charlotte Flair is destroying it?
Chris, listen. I get what you're saying. When I say destroying the women's roster, it's making it like I'm not talking about her ability. I'm talking about how the fact that when I see her, I'm just like, I don't care. Because she's always been pushed.
So are we saying that she's the female Roman Reigns?
She is. That's what
Okay,
I'm
Fuck
saying.
off, man. What about Ric Flair? What about Ric Flair?
I don't care about Ric Flair, fam.
They're just basically kind of
Fam,
pushing it.
fam,
They're kind of
fam,
pushing
fam.
her
In this
to
question,
become
Chris,
a
Chris, did you say anything about Ric
champion.
Flair? So what's he talking about?
No, listen
what's
to
he
what I'm
talking
saying.
about,
Listen to what I'm
fam?
saying. Listen
What's
to
he
what I'm
talking
saying.
about? No.
Huh?
This is what I'm saying, fam.
Let's try to flip out.
No. Listen. Listen to the fucking question, fam. Because, fam, listen. No. Don't try. No. Listen. This is what we're not gonna do. You're not gonna turn down my argument just because you don't agree with it. Yeah.
Okay.
Listen.
What's the
No, you're getting the phone back, fam.
Okay. No. I'm very
No,
Because I'm not gonna react.
No, listen.
No problem.
You're trying to tear me down and say my invalid argument. I never do that to you, fam. So let's stop that from now. Yeah. Listen.
Hey, stuck on me, man.
Talking about destroying the roster. Yeah, you're talking about athleticism. I don't care about that. I'm talking about when I see Charlotte. Look what she's done. Did you see SmackDown on Tuesday?
Yeah, I did.
What did you think of her beating Asuka?
Oh,
I
well,
feel like bad.
it's fine. It's fine.
This-
Do you know who Ric Flair is?
Fam,
Let
listen,
me explain.
it's not
Listen,
fine, it's
I'm
not
not
fine.
finished.
I'm not finished.
Go.
But I won't finish. But I won't
Let me
finish.
finish my
But
point.
I won't finish.
Go, finish
But
your
I won't
point.
finish.
Finish your point.
I
Finish your
won't
point.
finish.
Go on.
Listen,
No problem.
you're bringing legacy into it. We're talking about the person. Yes, she's Ric Flair's daughter. We all know that. We're talking about Charlotte. The question was, is Charlotte destroying the women's roster?
Okay.
I said, I feel that she is only because she's not making it worse, not making it fucked up. I'm saying, to me, she's making it boring to watch because every time she's plugged into all these storylines
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
She's always put into something
I
that she shouldn't be in.
Okay.
For example, the feud that's happening right now. That's my problem with her. I like Charlotte.
Sure.
I fucking love Charlotte. but the booking, as you were saying, the booking of
The
her.
booking is terrible.
No, but what you need to understand is because of Ric Flair's legacy, they're trying to resemble it like Ric Flair's
It makes
legacy
but
to become a multi-time world champion.
With the whole Oscar thing, it makes no sense because you're already
That's
going for
what
the.
I'm
You're already
saying.
going
Fair enough,
You're
it
already
doesn't-
going for the Raw's title. Why are you taking the
Yeah, I
women's title?
get it. I get it.
So it's destroyed.
I
get it. It's
Hey,
destroyed.
listen, I just switched. I'm sorry.
Listen, man, them. Listen, the man, them that no. Listen, come on, man.
No,
Listen,
but listen.
It's love. It's love.
It's
We're
love, it's love,
all
it's
passionate,
love,
all passionate, all passionate.
It's love.
I went switching that blacks. What?
Man pissed himself.
No, but the Charlotte Flair, what? All right, she's the.
I get what you're trying to say. It makes complete sense. I get what you're trying to say.
listen,
And I get what you're.
understand
I understand both
Don't
points.
you understand they're trying to make
I
the
get what
women's
you're
division
saying.
like
Yeah,
the men's
yeah,
division?
yeah.
So if legacies are gonna have to get repeated again, then it will have to get repeated.
Yeah, because I
again.
know the goal is she's gonna be a 16-time women's champ.
It
I
could
know they're
be
gonna
the
do that.
case.
But what I'm saying is, there's. Do you guys remember the initial?
But you have to, sorry, can I just cut you off
Yeah,
again?
yeah, go,
You
go.
have to remember, yeah, there have been matches where Ric Flair's just won the title as well, like on a normal
you
thing.
know what?
Do you know what I'm trying
You're
to
right.
say? You
You're right.
just have to just understand
right,
that
you're
they're
right,
just trying
you're
to
right.
push her. Like
You're
if you're trying to push your superstar to become a champion, it will just happen. It'll just happen.
No, I'll accept that. I'll accept that. Right. I'll accept that.
Cool. I'm gonna try and answer one question because I wanna.
Say no qualms though.
It's
Cool.
cool. It's cool. Listen, I don't people gonna be trying.
Yeah, big up
Why
Chris
is
Cap.
he
I
so
can't answer all
mad?
your questions, but because I feel like we've already summed them up in this episode. But yeah, same with Chidera. Chidera A. She asked the same thing as Charlotte, but Charlotte becoming the Roman Reigns of women's division.
But did we answer that?
We've already answered that. We said that in the feast.
That's what I said before.
If she is, then yeah, she
Cool.
is.
This guy, man, NK Preach, big up you, man. Obviously, you got a podcast as well. Shout out to the Rare Podcast.
Jeez.
He asked if you could book. This guy loves AEW. He loves New Japan Pro, you know. Because if you could book a dream, a dream WWE versus Indies pay-per-view, what 5 matches would you book on the card? Give me one match, guys. Just one.
match each. Okay.
One match each.
It's simple. AJ versus Kenny Omega.
John Cena.
Technically, he's not part of New Japan anymore.
Who?
No, but it's
Kenny Omega.
AEW as well, right?
AEW.
Oh, it's AEW. Oh, okay, fair
Oh,
enough.
Ring of Honor. So I'll say John Cena versus Kenny Omega. I'd love to see that.
I would like to see Will Ospreay versus Buddy Murphy.
Who's that crazy guy? Who's that guy that he used to be tagging upon as the Mountie? He's on Ring of Honor now.
Oh, PCO, he is
PCO.
cold.
Oh, he is
He is
cold.
cold.
Oh my God, have you
I'm
seen
the
the documentary,
Mountie.
fam?
He used to be part of the
He is fucking
Yeah, can't believe
crazy,
it.
bro.
Yeah, he's cold.
I want to see him against Undertaker. That'll be sick. Undertaker, you got.
Okay, next question.
Sorry.
No, you don't wait. You didn't get to
Go.
Against the
Too much.
Undertaker. You would destroy the Undertaker.
Who?
PCO.
I'll send you a link to his match.
Okay. I'm not gonna say
He
that.
can move. Undertaker can't move.
he's
Yeah,
so-
I know. Man can do moonsaults.
Can we refer to Undertaker in his prime? I feel so hurt.
His social dominance is sick as well.
No, we're talking now
On
because we're
Twitter-
talking in the
on-
prime.
on-
No, Undertaker versus the Mountie. Who cares?
On Twitter, Undertaker
Undertaker will
versus
destroy him.
Hey, on Twitter, he's sick as well, fam. On Twitter, sick as
I
well.
would, you know what? I wouldn't even mention the Undertaker. WWE and AEW.
Yeah, or New Japan
ROH.
or Ring of Honor. Like any WWE versus Indie, basically.
What, can I involve Impact as well?
Yeah.
I would want Johnny Impact versus Shinsuke Nakamura. That would be mad. That would be mad.
That'd be sick match.
Cool. If you,
A
that would be mad.
motivated Nakamura. That would be sick. A motivated Nakamura.
Tonte asked top 5 WrestleMania, Undertaker WrestleMania matches, but I feel like we've already spoken about that.
No, we haven't.
What? I think
excluded of that.
No, because remember, where's he said the last episode? Where we
No,
called
it was
him?
against Goldberg Streak. And
No, but he said something about Undertaker. I think he said Undertaker's best matches at WrestleMania.
No, there'll be no streak without no. There'll be
No, he
Yeah,
said
there'll
something about Undertaker's matches.
Yeah, he said that. He said that. If
Yeah,
there was
he
no
said
Undertaker, there'll be no streak.
Without the streak, there's no
There'll be
Undertaker.
Undertaker.
And the reason why I'm saying that,
oh,
can
yeah,
I
that's
just
what
back
he said,
that
that's
up
what
right
he
now?
said.
The reason why I'm saying that is because in this era, we all know him for the streak. Obviously, for old school wrestlers,
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about this current generation, it's the streak.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
really
it makes
the
sense.
streak.
If you were to go to like a newbie and say, "Who the hell was the Undertaker?" Undertaker's the guy that's never lost at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's what I mean.
Okay,
In
okay,
that
cool. I
context.
respect that. I respect that. Round of
And I'll
applause.
be honest with you, without the streak, I won't lie, his legacy wouldn't reach this stage. I'm sorry, it would not. It would
Okay.
not. Because if you think about all the matches he
Listen,
has up
listen,
to
Blacks.
let's say, let's say up to 2002 when he had a rivalry with Triple H, and it led to that WrestleMania. That's when he started doing the 10.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
That was the Ric Flair.
That's
thing.
when you start thinking, oh, okay, he's got a streak, mad. Started knocking off
Yeah.
Ric Flair,
Yeah,
and he started knocking off everyone.
Can you
So
guys-
what's your top
give me-
five?
Give me a top. Give me a
Should
top.
we should just say one match each?
Top two. Yeah, one match.
No,
each.
but I actually have five.
Top two. Give me top two.
Okay,
Give me
we
top
got
two.
have
better
five
questions,
as well.
boy.
You got better questions.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Better
yeah,
questions.
yeah,
Jesus
Very
Christ.
simple. Look, I've got Taker Shawn Michaels, Taker Randy Orton,
So 25 or 26?
26. That was sick. The
You think that's better than
match-
25?
The retirement match was mad.
Ooh, okay.
It was mad. I would even put 25 there. WrestleMania 20 as well. The one with
Kane.
Kane. And then...
Was that
you
you
know
doing
what?
5? Yeah.
You know what? The one when he lost against Brock. And I'll say that because that broke my heart. And you know what? You played in my emotions, so... Good that. Well
Okay.
done,
I'll
Vince.
try to do my
Well done,
5 innit. I can't
Well done,
remember.
Vince.
I'll just do one. I like Undertaker.
Yeah,
versus Edge.
I'll do. Huh?
Oh, that
I'm
was
taking this edge.
hard.
Oh yeah.
Fam, mine's not
I'm
easy.
just gonna say I can't bother to do 5.
I'll say.
Undertaker versus CM Punk. That was a match that's just been underrated.
It was underrated, but
And I think
That should've
as
been
sad as it was, yeah,
Mm.
Paul Bearer passing away added to the feud. If you remember the build up to it, the urn was
oh
involved.
wow, Punk
So
was moving nuts.
He was moving nuts. So that one, West 29. I went through all of the Triple H matches. Like some of them were a bit drawn out. If I had to choose one, I'd say WrestleMania 27 was the first time Taker looked vulnerable.
You think the Hell in a Cell one?
No. 27, the No Holds Bar one.
That was the first match
against
they
the Triple
had.
H.
Yeah,
the first
no, second
match
one.
they
Second
That's
one.
second match there.
The second one.
WrestleMania 17.
They've wrestled 3 times.
Oh wow, I forgot. Wow, yes.
So
17,
WrestleMania
And
27.
they tried to keep it quiet as well. They didn't want to ever mention it.
Yeah. When he was
WrestleMania
Biker Taker,
27,
I forgot when he's doing. I'm an idiot. Ignore me.
When he was 27, West 27, because that's the first time Taker looked vulnerable in his matches, and even when he lost, Triple H was the one that walked out, and he was taking the cart. I swear.
Yeah. Taken in a stretcher.
I think the Orton one was cool. I like the Orton one. I kind of like I like the Mark Henry one. You know, I'm not gonna lie.
The
I'm
casket
was good.
match.
Yeah, the casket match.
That was good.
That was good.
I kind of liked it. And the fifth one, Sean 25, WrestleMania 25.
Even though I said the beginner thing, I'll take that away. But yeah, that was good.
I loved Orton's one. I don't know why. The way he counted that chokeslam. I've
That
never seen a chokeslam
RKO
be counted
was-
like that.
I thought it was over.
Yeah.
Orton's on crowd fam.
Crud.
My one would be WrestleMania. First one's WrestleMania 8. Jake the Snake Roberts versus Undertaker. What a match! Great
Tombstone
match.
did outside the ring.
Yeah,
That was good.
yeah, that was great.
That was good.
Second one, I'll say WrestleMania 20, Kane versus Undertaker.
You can't. Yeah.
Third match will be you're not gonna buzz me for this, but I'm still a little kid. I'm still a little kid when it comes to wrestling. I'm looking at you. You're not gonna say right.
I think you say Giant Gonzalez.
Yeah, of course I'm gonna say
Oh
that.
my God, get
Listen.
Like, next question.
You know what? Yeah, I get what you mean. Though, in
Let
terms
me
of
say
character,
something.
innit?
You said
But
character.
yeah.
The way when he came into the ring with the whole
Yeah.
stage coach with the
He
whole
barely won.
vulture and that, you got choked in it, but it's cool.
barely
I
won.
think that's the only things I can remember.
Barely
I think that's
won.
the only matches I can actually remember that I enjoy watching.
Yeah.
But yeah, next question. Big up Tonte, man. Honestly, you're it, bruv.
Yeah, man.
Calm,
Talk
man.
to
Friend of the
You're
show.
a real one. Yeah, you're definitely a friend of the show. We need to get you on here soon, man.
OG Fig. Whoa, what's happening there? OG Figures. Big up OG Figures.
Big up,
One Figures.
One
Yeah,
Figures.
One
All
Figures.
Figures. He said, why have they made the most important belts look cartoonish?
What, the
A lot
new
of them
belts?
are
The new
these
belts?
belts.
It looks like superhero belts.
Well, you've got to understand it's a new era now, innit? It's not
It's
the
for the
attitude
kids.
era.
Yeah.
It's for
It's
the kids to
annoying.
look at. Bright colours, red, blue. Do you know what I mean?
The tag
Yeah.
bells look like coins, fam.
Yeah, but
But
it's
it's
a new
for- but it's for
generation now, innit? It's for the
generation,
kids
yeah.
to
It's
wear them,
branding.
man. Yeah, it's all for a brand now.
Red and blue is the thing that, and yellow for
The
NXT.
NXT belts are way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best looking belt right now in WWE and NXT.
The NXT Championship. I like that.
Either NXT Championship
I think
or
United States.
The United States.
NXT
UK.
United Kingdom Heavyweight Championship.
Go on.
I like their tag team titles. The tag team titles.
If I'm being honest, I don't really mind the Universal belt. You know, it looks sick.
The red stands.
No, the Rock, the one at the Rock had with the black.
The black one as
That's
well.
WWE
Oh, that's
Championship.
WWE one. That one's sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's alright.
Yeah, belt.
Who likes Daniel Bryan's you won? Okay, that was a shit joke.
That's Cereal Box belt fan. He said, OG Figures also asked, I'll do 2 in 1. But yes, what's happening when I ask these questions? Yeah, I need to drink some water. I mean, some drink. He said, why is WWE protecting Daniel Bryan? And also, did John Cena retire?
Fam, I don't
John
get
Cena
that
has not
question.
retired yet. John Cena
Cena's
is
part-time.
he's a free agent.
I don't
basically.
get that question. I'm not gonna lie. I don't get that question about are
No,
they
but-
protecting Daniel Bryan?
No, but Daniel Bryan's
wrestling.
hard. Daniel Bryan's
How
hard.
they protect him from what?
Protect him from what though?
Like
That's what he said.
if he said
that's
this,
what
I said this in the chat. If he said this like. If he asked this question back in like 2016
When he was injured.
when he was injured and he couldn't wrestle, then I'm like, yeah, they're protecting him.
I feel like Bryan slightly holding his own, man.
He's on his own.
Yeah.
It's almost been a year since
That
he came
that
back.
hill's dangerous. He's a dangerous hill. He's a very dangerous hill.
Definitely one of his best heel works as well.
Oh yes,
100%.
yes, sick.
Figures
sick.
also asked the same question as I think someone else said before. Now that Roman is back, does he go straight to the top or back to the Shield? Back with the Shield. Shield is not.
done.
Shield is done. So
Roman can be okay by himself, but he needs to
He
just
just stay in
work
the mid card.
He needs to just work his way
Yeah.
up slowly,
Stay in the mid-card.
progressively. Let everyone like him.
Because there's so many people he could have good matches with within the mid card. Like he doesn't need to.
You know
go
what I
straight to the
slightly
top.
think's gonna happen? Why do I think he's gonna do something at WrestleMania with the Brock match? Oh god.
he's gonna come in and interrupt that.
Hopefully not.
Camber
Because
underscore.
Brock needs to leave. Brock needs to lose the title.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hurry
that's
up,
gonna
hurry
Because
up,
Drew
hurry up.
McIntyre needs to beat Seth. So
Yeah.
that's
I'm
the
still Brock out from the first episode. I'm still Brock out. I need to get my shirt. The merchandise is coming soon. Brock out. Hashtag Brock
Brock
out.
needs to go, man.
He needs to bounce.
Camber underscore asks the current state of the WWE females roster and the future of it. I'm not invested.
It's
I'm
pretty-
invested.
I'm invested. It's pretty fleshed.
I'm invested, but I'm
It's
not.
fleshed out, but where it is, again, referring back to the whole Charlotte thing, it seems like their attention is only on a few people when
Yeah.
What I thought was gonna happen is I feel like a whole load of women's wrestlers are gonna get flushed out from this era, probably in the next, I say 2 to 3 years, and it'll be a whole new stock, and it'll be much better. I think a lot of women from NXT are gonna come up soon as well,
Yo, watch out
so
for
you're
like
gonna watch
Bianca
out for that as
Belair.
well. I heard this Lacey Evans. I've been seeing her walking up and down the ring. What is
I
she
think
saying?
she's
I
a
didn't
good
really see her
wrestler,
in the
but
ring.
that's
Watch
the
out
thing.
for-
There's no direction with what they're doing with with a lot of these wrestlers. Like, why is she walking? Like, all she does is walk down the ramp, then
Yeah,
walk
no,
back
yeah,
up.
I don't understand that.
I'll say watch out.
Last time she had the match was probably besides NXT, it was probably Royal Rumble, and she killed it. And she'd have a sick flair with Charlotte. Flair, sick rivalry. With Charlotte.
We're all getting our wrong. We're all getting our words wrong today. It's
She'd
mad.
have a sick rivalry with Charlotte. I think.
I think that's it with the questions. I thought we had a lot, but the questions that people ask.
Sure, there's not more.
Nah,
Sure,
people
we've got
repeating themselves.
Also,
Same questions, but one question I want to ask you guys is this: after Kofi Kingston wins at WrestleMania, I'm saying after because I'm prophesying that he's gonna win. Like, where do you see him going after this?
That's why it's a bit.
New Day
This
splitting.
is the last question I want to ask him before we wrap up.
New Day splitting.
And what's happening? Do you remember me saying this though?
You know what I thought was gonna happen? I thought Kofi might turn heel.
No.
New Day might turn heel.
No.
Trust me.
And you know
And
who's
they
gonna turn
might
heel?
do
Do you know
a
who's gonna turn heel? Do you know who's gonna turn heel?
Yeah.
Biggie. Biggie's gonna go back to the old. Do you remember Biggie that punched AJ's chest?
yeah.
He's gonna turn bad again. And he's gonna. Fam, listen. Biggie's gonna capitalize on it, fam.
Someone's gonna turn heel.
Yeah.
Biggie's been killing it with the promos though.
He's done well.
Yeah. The ones on social media, I'm seeing that. I'm interested. I like it.
Any last words, guys?
I'm sorry, I'm
Let me
late.
quickly play the game with Black.
Hey, please, get back to
same
you.
I'm so sorry, I'm late.
question.
Hey, Bax, you missed out, fam. In the
Missed
beginning,
out.
so
Yeah,
But it's good to have him back though.
listen,
It's good
as
to
I
have
said, the
Black.
next podcast, I ain't being late. I've just had to sort
yeah,
out
please, bro.
loads of things
Yeah,
with my
he's
company and
No,
that.
And
Let's
listen,
not- let's not-
I'm
let's
sorry.
not-
I'm sorry. No, since I don't. I was
What?
gonna say something.
Am I getting drawn out?
No, you're not. I just forgot what I was gonna say. No, but I know. But I talk. I always do that. But because you always sit there, it looks like I'm coming after you.
Flipping.
I need to swap around one day, you know.
No, I like this.
for real,
seat.
for
I
real.
like this seat. I like this seat.
I don't mind though.
No, there's no. Listen, I'm sorry for switching, man. Like I just.
It's got nice, bro.
Bro, it's cool,
bro.
man.
Bro,
It's
I'll
cool.
switch
Listen,
to
even
you.
if people do get onto me on Twitter, I don't care, innit? It's
Yeah,
cool,
bro, I'm
innit? It's
passionate,
all
man.
love, innit?
Can't stop
I
talking,
love
I'll come after
wrestling
you, fam.
anyway. It's all a passion thing, innit? It's calm.
Let me tell you something, brother. Go on.
Cool. So it's called One's Gotta Go. One's never to exist. So basically, have you seen the game on Twitter where people like throw different pictures online and you have to say one that's gotta go.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give you like five rounds. Oh shit.
Hey.
5-6 rounds with different options in it. So the first one is gimmick matches, hardcore matches, elimination chamber, Money in the Bank TLC. Which one would you eliminate?
Repeat that again.
Hardcore match, elimination chamber, Money in the Bank TLC. Which one would never exist?
TLC. Ooh.
That's what you said. He said something.
He said hardcore, I think.
Yeah, it's hardcore.
Yeah, hardcore. That extinct.
Hardcore
That was extinct ages ago. Anyway, it's like an whole bars match, innit?
Yeah. Alright,
Literally.
cool.
I've got a question at the end though.
WrestleMania matches: Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 25. Bret Hart versus Stone Cold, WrestleMania 13. The Rock versus Hogan, WrestleMania 18. Or TLC 2, WrestleMania 17.
Why are you? What was the second one again? You said Bret
versus Stone Cold, WrestleMania 13.
The Austin era has big.
Was that?
That's 14.
That's 14.
That's full. Oh, then cancel that then. Yeah.
Against Brett.
Yeah, that's
Bret.
fine. That's
There
fine.
was the
that's
blood
fine,
dripping on
that's
your
fine.
face.
Oh.
No.
Oh no, I have to change it. Damn.
You're not taking.
It's hard to take.
Yeah,
You know,
you're not-
because that TLC match. No, I don't want to hear it. That's-
You're not cancelling Braveheart bet. Braveheart.
And there's no way I'm cancelling Undertaker Shawn Michaels.
But yeah, so you have to go on.
There's no way. There's no way in hell.
I'll take that away.
He took it away.
What?
He took it away.
Huh? Who are the two best performers of all time? In-ring performers. Shawn Michaels, Undertaker. How can you exclude both of them? Impossible. But fair enough, I respect it. It's cool.
Have you picked one?
TLC. Flip it.
That's fair.
TLC.
Video games. No Mercy, Shut Your Mouth, Here Comes the Pain, or SmackDown versus Raw.
The Cody gift, fam. I'm doing the Cody gift.
No! I love all the games. I love all of them.
But
Which one would never exist if you had the choice?
let me hear you, loud and clear.
I feel like he's gonna say an answer that's gonna pain me.
If you say any SmackDown, all of us will rush you.
I can't delete SmackDown versus Raw. I can't delete Here Comes the Pain. And I can't delete Shut Your Mouth.
So No Mercy.
No mercy.
Yeah, you made the right choice.
You can't delete any of these SmackDown. Are you insane?
Yeah.
No way.
SmackDown 1 was 6. SmackDown versus Raw 1.
Alright, cool.
That was one was the best.
Yeah, it was the best one.
Divas. Trish Stratus, Victoria, Mickey James, or Jazz?
Say that one more time.
Trish Stratus, Victoria, Mickey James, or Jazz?
Victoria's very good in the ring. Very good in the ring. But her character's dead, so she has to go. Jazz is not going.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh
Jazz is
shit!
not going.
Sorry guys.
Trish is not going.
I
And
missed
Mickey's
one
good.
question, but
Mickey's very good in the ring. People sleep on Mickey. I rate Mickey very highly in the ring. Very highly.
Oh shit!
So which one do you get rid of?
It's a good one.
Huh?
Yes,
Which one do you get rid of?
Yeah, I'll get rid of
Victoria?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. I was going to do this one last, but I might as well do it now. Factions. NWO, the original. The original NWO. DX. Shield. Or Evolution.
Shield.
Thank you. That was easy.
And finally, finishers.
Okay.
Atomic leg drop.
No. Atomic leg drop. That's it. You don't even need to stop. What even over? That's it. Atomic leg
I don't
drop.
understand why.
That's it. It's out.
I just saw his face.
Wait, I don't
That's
know.
all right.
Wait, why are you man laughing at me? I don't understand. Bro.
Let's start again.
Go on,
Okay.
go on.
Finishers. Atomic leg drop. Stars Clash. Walls of Jericho. Or
Yeah.
Tombstone Power Drive.
Yeah, the leg drop has to go, man.
You have to say dead drop.
It's a dead drop, though. The leg drop has to go. Are you mad? Styles Clash, okay, cool. It's actually, yeah, it's an impactful finisher, but I just don't like the way it looks. But compared to Electra, oh god, man, just putting chicken drumstick leg on your neck.
What's chicken drumstick look at your neck, you know?
Man said Puvera chicken.
Sorry, Mr. _ Yemo asked, is The Rock the biggest superstar to come out of WWE, and who is closer to him in the current roster? The
Yes,
Rock
he is
is
the
the biggest
biggest.
star to come out of WWE by
Of all
far.
time, of all time.
Yeah, one top 5,
Yeah, he is.
Top 2, I would
top
say.
2. Yeah,
Top 2.
him and Hulk Hogan.
Him and Austin.
Him and Hulk Hogan.
we said
No,
Hogan, he said Austin.
Austin didn't do as in Austin could have been big, but I don't think he allowed himself to be big. As in The Rock went straight into a film.
So are
Rock-
we talking about now mainstream or in the industry of WWE?
No,
Because
mainstream.
mainstream.
Yeah, we're talking
okay,
mainstream.
then it's Hogan and Rock.
Yeah,
It's Hogan and Rock. Yeah.
Um,
And so,
and
There's
who-
an argument.
Cena.
Cena hasn't got Cena.
Cena continued.
Cena's no, we're
Cena maintained
no,
it.
but see, we're still
He brought in the
seeing,
youth then.
but we're still seeing Cena's breakthrough into the Hollywood industry. We can't actually add Cena.
I won't even say see that into Hollywood. I'll say more mainstream.
Mainstream.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say more mainstream.
When I'm
He
thinking-
hasn't
I feel
really
like he was
done
already
that
in.
much Hollywood
I
stuff,
feel like he
but-
was already in the mainstream type of light anyway, man. From WWE, he was always in different, TV. He was everywhere.
Yeah, but I feel like with him, like you can't see that's very universal. Like
Yeah,
everyone knows
says
what that
it,
is.
Yeah.
Invisible John Cena.
So
Who's the closest to him in the current roster? No one.
the Miz,
No one.
Who? The Rock.
the Miz,
The
the Miz.
Rock.
No, for me, no
In
one.
the current
He's the
roster.
must see WWE wrestler.
Who's the
Nah,
closest to The
I
Rock
don't- nah.
in the era?
Right now.
Yeah, right now, no one.
I don't think there is. You can't.
No one.
You can't even
No
say.
one.
You can't even
You
say.
can't be that.
Roman.
Do you know why?
You can't-
Because no one.
Ricochet. Nah, chatting shit.
No one found out. I want to see that shaky.
Oh, come on, bro. No.
I
You know
didn't
what?
see it.
No, we all know.
In terms of star, what I was talking in terms of star.
In
Yeah,
terms of
fam,
everything.
who it is? We know who it is, bro.
Who? Velveteen.
No, it's not even him, And I heart. It's Baba Tunde from NXT. Come on.
I close this podcast.
We're done. I'm sorry, I'm
Any
late.
more
But we're
questions?
done.
Nah, that's it.
That's it.
I thought it was a lot, but everyone just kept repeating themselves.
I was gonna say I had a question, to ask you lot, I remember saying it when you asked the question when I said about hardcore matches, like the whole no DQ hardcore. Over like the last 5 years, I got 2 questions. Last 5 years, do you think there's been any like memorable good no DQ matches from WWE?
5 years.
I can't
Last
go
5
back
years.
into the relics. I'm too far forward.
I'd have to go to. I would have to go to
Last 10 years.
I'd have to go.
Luke
last 10 years,
Harper and Dolph
um,
Ziggler's ladder match was very good.
But not ladder matches, like a no
Last-
DQ kind of match,
Last 10 years was
like on the levels of
was
like.
Randy Orton and Kofi Kingston last 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that
I can't answer this question. I'm sorry. I can't answer this
that
question.
was yeah.
That's probably for me as of now.
You think?
I can't think of anything else
No, hold up.
unless we're talking like TNA or something.
No, WWE only.
Well, no
I can't
DQ.
think.
Because my
I can't.
argument is
Take a
that
Triple H WrestleMania.
Okay.
That was straight up brawl. That wasn't no grapple up time.
My
That's
argument was
punching a
that
man.
these matches are kind of becoming tame.
They're vintage.
These no DQ kind of matches, like even like things like no hold bars, there'll be like a chair, some little spots outside the ring, but it still ends in. I'm talking about back in the day, like street fights,
Street fight,
Triple H versus Cactus Jack,
JBL
fucking
versus
J-
Eddie Guerrero.
yeah, fucking you know what I'm saying?
I quit match John Cena. JBL.
Actually, was JBL versus Finlay in the
No, I'm
past
talking
10
about
years?
street fight though, within the street
Was
fight.
JBL and Finlay for
I
the
mean,
past
like
10 years?
within. Are you talking within
What JBL?
just
JBL
that
versus
being
Finlay,
raw
was
or
that
like
for the
within?
past 10
Oh,
years?
okay, fair
Yeah,
enough.
not like
You know JBL Finlay WrestleMania, if you lot remember, was that for the past 10 years? Street fight, bro. That was a bit physical. That was a bit physical. I can't lie. That was a bit smack in the face. I can't lie. Finlay tried to dive for the ring. JBL just got a bin lid slapped
Yes,
in the
yeah, I
face.
remember that. Hey, you see when wrestlers just get cut in the head when they cut themselves here? I think really Eddie Guerrero's one is the most one I remember. innit?
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero and Shawn Michaels. They get cut here. It's, so, no, Triple H used to do it. When I think WrestleMania 20. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Bros was making bubbles in his mouth. I was like, ah!
You know who used to make me laugh and they'll force themselves to bleed? Ric Flair.
How did he do that? That's tech, you know.
I'm like, he's crazy.
How'd you do that?
He's been in the industry for
Bro,
so
Goldberg
long.
used to- I mean,
he knows.
Goldberg used to do that as well.
What?
He used to punch his head.
And blood will come.
So, but Sam did it with the can, innit?
Oh, Salmon,
Yeah,
yeah,
Salmon used to
Salmon's
use
crazy.
that,
Mad,
Yeah,
Same question I was gonna say,
definitely
You
tapped.
see this kind of fake strong style thing, yeah. Do you think it will last?
It's gonna.
5 years.
No, do you know what it is? I've just
What do you mean
deeped
strong
it.
style, the
I've deeped it,
wrestling
yeah.
It's kind of it's gonna
Wait,
fast paced,
wait.
near falls, big match, for like 20 minutes straight.
Oh, the whole thing. Like, do you know what I'm thinking when you said strong style? Yeah, I'm thinking of this. They get their person's head, boom, and it's. Oh, that,
But that's what I'm talking about.
that's what. Do you know what's funny? Yeah. That's
What William Regal and the Finleys and them?
No.
Do you know what's always been there? Shawn Michaels switching like
Yeah,
that.
the high flyer thing.
It's never gonna go. It's always been there. It's always been there.
But I think he's talking more of the style. So like
Oh.
the kind of like
Lucha.
No.
the kind of the mix of the styles.
It's kind of like new indie style that we're seeing.
There's
Ricochet loves that, innit? Like there's some martial artists or something.
I swear, no, it's just got started, bro.
I feel like as time will go on, the style will get stronger. So when we go to Japan, you'll see that it's a bit more stiffer. But then obviously other people will see it and kind of adopt it into more of their style. So soon you're going to start seeing big men doing nip-ups and doing moonsaults out the ring.
Well, you saw McIntyre do it.
True. Yeah. What style do you want to come back? That's the last question.
Say that again?
What wrestling style do you want to come back?
Brawler. The whole like Stone Cold style.
I want the
Finlay, fuck you up.
The technical shit.
I want the technical. I want that.
Oh, you want technical? Your architects. The whole Bret Hart.
You want technical? What do you want?
I just want a versatile Owen Hart style, man. Like, literally,
That's architect. Yeah, architect.
But he can do everything. Yeah. So literally anything. Like he can size up his opponent and do what they do. So
I want to watch some Owen Hart matches today.
Someone like that.
Guys, we're on the road to WrestleMania. When's WrestleMania next week?
Next week,
next Sunday. So you guys watch WrestleMania.
We've got some new content for you guys coming as well.
Yes. Man. Try and get involved with us on the socials as well.
Sure.
I've been Anafi.
Lucha V.
Got Daddy Dell.
Sam Blacks, I'm sorry I'm late. This is not happening again.
And we're out.
But he returned. He made it back safe. It's good to have him back.
Yes.
Peace.